What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe? How are we all doing, tribe? My tribe! How are we, guys? Are we good? What's going on, Burrito? What's going on, Thrawny? How are you guys doing today? All very well and dandy, I hope. I hope you are the dandiest of all of the folk today. I hope you've had a really good weekend. I hope you're ready for a little bit of a talking with the tribe. Doom, doom, doom. I'm just checking in with my colleagues, my wonderful, wonderful people that do tribe talks with me, known as Carthrick and Wolfie. Those two wonderful individuals. Hey, Thrawn, how you doing, buddy? Because, you know, we got to be talking with the tribe when that happens. Megatron, how you doing today, buddy? You good? Are you good? Are you golden? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do, do, do. Yeah, yeah. Do, do, do. Say what? Do, do, do. Now I can see you while you talk. Holy moly, John. It's almost like... Yeah, that's the thing. Ali Boba and the 40 Rebels. You ain't never had a friend like me. Good to see you as well, Megatron. Good to see you as well. In fact, we also need to make sure that we do Climby in the fleet. Sometimes you gotta climb in fleet, guys. I had some fun today testing all the nonsense that is the punishing one. Should we see if we can win again with the punishing one over here? Should we give it a try? Give it a try. Where's the executor? With the bounty hunters. Taking this comp over here against this comp up here. Might happen, might not. We'll have to see. 5-star. Hey, Christian, how you doing? It's like Tom Cruise witchcraft, it is. Hey, Jika, how you doing? Let's see. Now, we could theoretically save this and go all in over here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go all in. Just go all in, baby. Call it in. Ooh, got the double tap. The double tap is sexy. It's so sexy right now. Kind of feel like just doing a basic. We got double tap again. We are flying without wings right now. Take him out. Go on. Huge. See you later, Beta. See you later, Master Debater. I'm going to stick the focus over here because you do want to try and get rid of that bad Mamma Jammer as soon as possible. Stay alive, buddy. Stay alive. Ooh. The damage output is kind of nutty. Not going to lie. Definitely going to call him my good boy. Let's go ahead and get the big hits. Didn't land the stun, though. That's a little bit of a shame. If we'd have got the double tap there, it would have killed him. We might lose this guy. We lost him. Damn. And we didn't, because it's not got the thing. Oh, there's the days. Yeah, we're going to lose from here. We'll lose from here, guys, but it was a good effort. It was a solid effort. It was a solid effort. I appreciate everybody's time and attention. Doop, doop, doo doo. Alright, we managed to trigger that at least. There goes our reinforcement capabilities. Let's just double tap it. Ah, the stupid days, man. The days for days ruins things. See, now, what we can do is we can reinforce, but it'll just die, so I feel like we should instead, like, basic just to do some damage. He's going to take over the capital now, so, yeah. 5 stars, yeah. You go. Just a 5 stars. So I don't think I'll be able to get this thing dead now. I don't think it's on the cards. If this thing would take a single turn when it's not dazed, that would be pretty amazing. Oh, wow. Okay, we still... we still managed to beat it. That's really dumb, guys. I'll be honest, punishing 1 should not be that good. Punishing one should not be that good. Sorry about the shots the other... Essex, I had a bit of a hangover yesterday. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you kindly, good sir. But yesterday was difficult. It was a hard time for me. Okay? I was a sensitive soul yesterday. Very sensitive soul. I hope I wasn't the only one drinking, because I can't really remember much towards the end of the night. It gets a little fuzzy. Gets a little bit funny, fuzzy towards the end of that night. I'm not sure what really went down towards the end of that night. But, hey. I'm sure it was all in the name of good fun. We won... I think we won on Karth's account. Definitely lost on mine. But I think we won on Karth's, which is quite interesting. You were smashed? Woke up on the kitchen table at 3 a.m. Nice one. Nice one, brother. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I finished the stream, and I stayed up until about 4 a.m. Just like here, sort of, just like watching random stuff on YouTube. Dreading going to bed. I don't know why. And then I woke up at like 11-ish, something like that. Hey BF, how you doing, brother? Good to see you again. So it was a good time. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. It was one of the better streams, I feel. One of the better streams we've had in a while. Hey, Miss V, how you doing? So yeah, my punishing one should be 6-star by the end of the event. How are we looking? 54? Yeah, so we need three days and a bit. 3 days and a shard, basically, to get him up to 6 stars. I mean, it's like under normal circumstances I would try and push further, but I'm not going to. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust in CG. I'm putting my faith in CG that the rebalance of the TIE dagger is going to be worthwhile. You watch now how everybody that has an R9 Sith Assassin is now going to R9 their Marauder because they've buffed the TIE dagger so much. You know? Because this thing's been buffed, so it is getting so buffed. I reckon a lot of people are going to be... Oh, not Marauder, sorry, the Sith Trooper. People are going to be R9ing Sith Trooper now. And when I get to 6 stars, I'll get another 10 shards, plus 5 more if you have any more after that. How many days have we got left? We've got 3 more days worth of it, so I've got 30 shards there. That means I need to buy a pack. Shit. I need to buy a pack, don't I? I've got 30 shards, and 30 shards is going to put me at 84. I need to buy 1 more pack. Oh, for God's sake. What the fuck? They've got the Epic Surge pack back again. This isn't normally available. This was only available on the mobile before, and now it's inside the thingy, and it's got a purchase limit of 1. What the deuce? That doesn't make any kind of sense. That doesn't make any sense. You're only allowed to buy this once. This is the 12 pack for 10. I can't justify that. You can certainly understand the frustrations, especially with the current raid. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. Yeah. Oh, you saw my message to Gerbil on his video. Yeah, I mean, look, man. Let me turn down the volume just a little bit here, because I feel like the music is a little bit overpowering, at least for me. I like the Gerbil. The Gerbil is good people. You know, he's always been a nice bloke. He's always put out slightly different content than the norm, which I always appreciate. You know, it might not be aimed at me. I might not be his demographic, but I always appreciate the thought and effort he puts into his videos and stuff like that. And he's just a nice bloke. I believe on the Tribe Talks he was the very first guest that I ever had. So, you know, appreciate him taking the time. I understand that sometimes it's very difficult to keep on top of things, and this game is very all-consuming. So I appreciate it when people say, you know what, I I do not have the energy. It's not like the gerbil is making boatloads of money hand over fist being a content creator. I don't make boatloads of money hand over fist. I make a decent, you know, supplementary income from doing this. But most content creators make no money. And the amount of effort that you have to put in to, you know, stream and do videos and edit videos and record footage and spend time responding to comments and having your own Discord channel and chatting with people and responding to people and all that. It's a full-time frickin' job, guys. I can understand why anybody would step away. So I hope he just has some good times not having to be a content creator anymore. CG offering punishing one in a surge pack as a pop-up was dumb. Easily made my decision not to whale. Yeah, I feel you, Thatcher. 36 hours after release, more or less. Ah, Gerbil's just a good person? He is a good person. He absolutely is. He's a good person. I wish I had the crystals to do this, but it's not a good idea. I need to do at least this. I need to do at least this, unfortunately. I'm happy to hear that, Anthony. Thank you, buddy. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. We're just waiting on Wolfie at the minute. I believe Karth is ready. It's going to be a slightly truncated one today, guys. Slightly truncated tribe talks today, but what we might do, if it's ending at in about just under 2 hours, we might do GAC right afterwards. What do you guys think? Grab a single and get that 330? Yeah, okay. I'll do that now. All right, everybody, I need you to pray to RNGesus. If you can, like, metaphorically sacrifice a goat in the name of RNGesus, then that would be great. That would be great. Because, you know, it would be nice for us to get a 330. I mean, I don't need it. I will settle for a 230. I'll settle for a 145. I would settle for anything, you know, just not a 5. To be honest, I need one shard, but I need you all to lean in the direction of big drops, no whammies, not little drops, small dicks. You know what I mean? Word of mouth is that Gerbil is a good person, I hear. Yes, exactly, BF. But this Scribble character, I don't know. I've heard he's a shifty and untrustworthy fellow. As to when and from whom I heard that, well, that would be telling. Well, BF, I'll have you know that nobody considers me to be shifty. All right. Let's get it. We need one shard. Can we get one shard? All right, we got 7. I'll take it. There we go. We got a Swevin. We got a Swevin. That's all I really needed. I just needed the extra little push. It's painful. Shiny, not shifty. Oh, you're talking about the shine on my head. By the shine on Scribble's head. I'm really surprised we still won that, even though we lost the punishing one. Like, this levy comp is dead. You were hoping for 145. You did your best. Thank you, Havorius. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you. All of y'all. All of y'all. It's very kind of you guys. Very kind. Should we get some extra signal data? Okay, I think we're good here. Let's just build it up, Buttercup. Build it up, Buttercup. Build me up. Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. And mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still. I need you. Yeah, I need you more than anyone, darling. Know that I have from the start. Is the Tai Dorito matchup really that bad for the punishing one? It's much worse, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I say that. When I fought the punishing one earlier today, with the Tai Dorito matchup, it was impossible. Like, granted, my punishing one is only 5-star, but I'll show you now. As soon as we're here, we've got a battle available, just one left. Tai Dorito lineup. Like, we lost the Tai Dagger, and we lost the punishing one, we still won, but this time it will be a different kettle of fish. It's the fact that they cleanse. It's the fact that they can ignore taunt, or the Tide Dorito can ignore taunt. It just makes it untenable. At least, like I say, that's my experience. Oh, okay, maybe we just win. Maybe we just win. I'm confused. I'm hurt, I'm lost and alone. Oh, that's the other difference. Of course, they reinforce first with this, and then they'll get out the whatchamacallit. They'll get out the oh crap! I've also got this. They'll get out the interceptor, and the interceptor will cause us no ends of issues. I should have called in the Houndstooth. Houndstooth would have let that survive. Sure. I mean, we could try and get rid of this thing, but I don't think it's going to work. That's really good damage, though. No more reinforcements for me. See, that's the problem. Like, because it's really hard to get rid of this thing, and once you start getting those thermals, it becomes impossible to kill it. And then take over your capital. So, yeah. Yeah. So, that didn't work. Maybe I should have brought in Slave 1. Maybe I should have brought in Houndstooth. The problem I find with bringing in Slave 1 is that you bring it in, you do your big bomb, and then you get like 17, 18 thermals, and it just blows up in 2 turns. So, yeah. I've never won against the Tide Dorito lineup. Hey, Witness, how you doing? Can I get a witness? Got no family plans. Houston, do you read me? Ground control, can you feel me? Need permission to land. Ah, good. Oh, good. I love it.
So why are you purple and green?
Every single time that I open up the thing and the stuff and the things, it screws up my camera. And I just have to go bloop. And now
oh, the thing and the stuff and the things. Whoa,
no,
you blooped it. Oh, damn.
I blooped it real good. Bloop it real good. Bum, ba-dum, bum,
You have
bum.
effectively blooped it, good sir. Well done.
Sathy, thank you so much for the resub with Prime. 17 months in the bounce. How you doing, buddy? Hi, Koth. Hi, Wolf. How are you guys?
What's up, buddy?
Howdy.
Man. Howdy.
My man. How you doing? We doing? Chilling?
You're done? You're good? You're good? Yeah. Yeah, no,
Hey, look,
I'm good.
Look, it's TW sign up. Wouldn't it be a shame if I just ignored that?
Wouldn't it be nice if I could T-dubs? Yeah, Karthric is doing away with the T-dubs. He does not T-dub no longer.
I mean,
No
we'll see how
longer
I
is he
feel
a
about it.
TW.
We'll see how many assignments we have in the last 30 seconds, and if it's under 40, then maybe I'll join.
I only want to join sandbag TW matches.
Exactly. That's all I want in life.
Yeah.
Well played, good sir. Well played.
I want to sandbag harder.
I only want to join if it's going to be easy. Otherwise, I'm just not about that life.
Listen,
Otherwise, what's the point?
I did
Exactly.
double raid today. I don't need double TW.
I mean, you don't have to join with your alt.
I know. That's actually the easiest one to ignore. But I feel like then at that point, if I'm showing up for one, I might as well show up for both.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing this to yourself, man.
Some say he
Yeah,
does it
I
to
know.
himself.
Hey, there may or may not be a decent reason why I wait to do TB until the very final hour or two.
Because it sucks.
Just so I can math
So
real
you can
quick
do
and
as
see.
little as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do my special missions. I'll platoon what they need to be platoon, but then there's only like 2 phases where I have to do CMs, and those ones I won't wait on. But then like this one is like we were like 50 million over the star goal, so it was like, who cares? It's like there's no
Yeah.
reason to be like, do all your. I mean, like people need to do their CMs. I hear you, and you know, if everyone had the same mentality as me, we wouldn't get nearly as far. But
For sure.
Yeah,
You know, the lazy fuck that you are,
yes,
as it were.
it's
That's not right.
factually correct.
It's actually correct. No. Scribe, that is correct.
Actually.
Actually, you're saying,
Aha! Victory.
Oh my god, Karth, you like fit in straight away. I was ready to struggle and fight.
Need to do my buttons up.
No,
I don't know.
unbutton
Apparently,
them. Unbutton, good sir.
apparently Discord just doesn't like me.
Too much chest hair.
No, it's always a struggle, Wolfie. It's always a struggle. I can move you over here. See, I don't understand. Why? Ignore me. I'm just talking to myself right now. There we go. All right, cool. We have people here. Hi, guys.
Hello. Howdy.
You're all looking very handsome today. I just think I
What's
think we might
up?
as well start with that. You know what I mean? We'll
I
start with
mean-
saying how handsome you are.
It's a good place as any to start, right?
I think
you
do
know?
like to sit upon a throne of lies first thing in the morning.
I mean, I sit upon a throne in the morning, but it's not one of lies. No.
Fair.
It's this throne here, my office chair,
Mm-hmm.
with the slightly
I was like, where's you
wonky-
going with this one?
Slightly wonky headrest that I basically almost never use because, I mean, does anybody really use the headrest?
Yeah, so I have the headrest. I'm very rarely ever actually leaning back that far in the chair.
mean-
you know, like I'm sort of chilling up a little bit, but
Because you're
you know,
a really
as it
driven
were.
individual, Wolfie. There's no time for
mean,
rest.
It
There's
would
only
it would
excuses.
work. It would work
These things
better if
happen.
my monitors were like 1.5 feet higher, and I actually had to like look up.
I mean, I
play.
think that would be really bad for your neck.
Well, but then the headrest would be used, so you'd be supported.
You could like do a whole leaning setup. What's in
Yeah.
like in fucking Grandma's Boy?
Oh,
The,
dude, give me one of those.
That dude had like the whole reclining chair with the like everything set up like this. Oh yeah, crazy
you
fucking.
give me
seen
one of
that's
those
from-
gaming setups on a gyro system.
Yeah, I was
where
g- I was
Oh my
gonna say,
god,
have you seen the gaming setup that's I think it's called the Scorpion.
I have
Yeah,
not,
I believe
no.
so.
It's literally like Google it, Wolfie. I think it's called the Scorpion gaming setup. It's like almost like a droidica. It's like a big
Yeah.
circle with the chairs inbuilt and the monitors are built into this like circle. It looks kind of nuts.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like hooking over you and shit. God damn.
Yeah, it's a pretty complicated system to play games on, but you know,
Yeah,
That's
but it
pretty
looks cool
sick.
as shit.
I think
Probably,
it'd be.
looks cool, but incredibly impractical.
I mean, it would be a fun thing to have for like simulators, like flying or whatever else, where you get the motion. Would be fun to add into it, but I think like other games like SWGoH would just be a complete like waste of your
Like
time.
playing The Sims
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
It's one of those things I would use it like 5 times and be like, this is fucking awesome. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna play on my fucking phone. This is getting annoying.
yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, all right, let me just like whatever. It's just this is too much to deal with. I'm sorry, it's so much of a hassle. But
Yeah.
it'd be super fun for like those five times. I think maybe
Yeah.
6 times. It would be amazing.
After yeah, those first 6 times would be a hoot.
Oh yeah,
And then,
absolute hoot.
you know,
but it's gonna lose its charm very quickly.
yeah, I think the drop off is pretty steep. It's
Yes.
like, I got to get into this fucking contraption again. All right, here we go.
I have.
And then you
made
gotta sit there every
mistakes.
time like, am I actually like doing this right now? I'm sitting here going into this fucking Scorpion to play goddamn video games in my living room. Like, this is actually okay, we just gotta make sure that we're okay with this, conceptually, and then we can accept it. And that's I mean, there's that whole thing too. So I mean,
Video games. Video games.
Yep.
Crazy shit.
So I guess, without further ado, we have got an abbreviated hashtag Tribe Talks, the SWGoH podcast where we talk about nothing but SWGoH with me, the Welshman, the Whale, and the Wolf as well. That's how we do. Yes, today will be a slightly shorter episode because Karth needs to take a dump, and at least that's what he told
They're
me earlier.
scheduled.
And he's like,
I
he's
I
got
have
it
to-
penciled in.
Yes, I have timed out my coffee perfectly to be ready to tee off in 2 hours. So,
Yeah, he's got to drop the
we need to
kids off at the pool in about 2 hours' time. Well, just under.
Yep.
Hour and a half. It's some things you just can't miss. You can't be late for that. I mean, you don't want to be late for that.
no.
Yeah.
That is a passenger that needs to be let off precisely when they need to.
Yeah,
not a moment sooner or later.
Yeah, you got to listen out for them pulling. I mean, I'm not sure how we can, how far we can drag this analogy out.
We can keep going for the next 15 minutes.
I mean, yeah, we could round it off for the next hour and a half, just talking about bowel movements. In this SWGoH podcast. I mean, that's one of the great unanswerable questions of Star Wars. When was the last time you watched anything Star Wars related where somebody took a dump? It doesn't happen. What? It's a very mundane human biological thing. Do the midichlorians eat the feces in the bowel?
Oh God. So, anyways,
is there really any other explanation possible? I feel like that's the only reasonable
was
thing.
there any new content released this week?
No.
I mean,
No, just midichlorian dumps. Sorry.
Just
okay.
midichlorian dump. Yes, yeah, that's all.
Oh, so is that what happened when Marek died? It was like the night. It wasn't a Night Sister fart. It was the midichlorians farting.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's how
there
it is.
There we go. It's canon now.
It happened to him just a little bit sooner. Most people normally disappear into the Force, but his midichlorians hadn't quite finished, and fatal accident.
There we go.
Fatal accident.
Yeah, it happens.
I can get behind it. I've heard worse theories in life.
Yeah, so have I. How about anything in the Acolyte?
That's not a theory, though. Unfortunately,
if only
it might very well become the lost to time and become a myth and legend in our lives.
I did not bring up the Acolyte. Anyways,
I have a very strong suspicion with the rise of the Ahsoka series and the Filoniverse of Star Wars is that he's going to go back to the world between worlds and just like undo the Acolyte.
While he's there, can he undo episode 7, 8, and 9? More or less, specifically just 8 and 9.
Honestly,
7 was okay. We'll just redo the sequels.
He wouldn't even need to do the world between worlds or anything. He could just like write an entirely another story and just pretend that it didn't happen. Yeah,
like,
I mean, she pretended that a lot of Star Wars didn't happen. So I mean, let's just pretend that her show didn't happen, right? It just okay. I mean, there we fucking go. That was easy.
It seems no problem. It seems fair. It seems fair.
Yeah. I mean, there we go. What's that sounds like some golden rule shit, do unto others.
Yeah. You shit on me, I shit on you. Yeah, I mean that seems fair. That seems fair.
Oh man. Anyways,
I think that's probably way too much talking about the Acolyte in general.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, 100%. I agree.
There are dead horses that have been flogged with more life than the Acolyte. So instead, let's turn ourselves to brighter futures, new horizons, and stuff that's happening in Galaxy of Heroes. So fleets are fucked.
Well, I mean, not really.
No,
it's just there are 2 fleets that are going to be like the meta, and then that's it. That's it. After that,
I gotta be honest. For maybe I'm just being naive, but for me it feels like endgame fleet, nothing changes. Executor stays on defense. Leviathan stays on offense. Profundity stays on offense, and there you go. Job done.
Well, at this point, I'm fairly confident that Leviathan has to move to offense only. I feel like if you do, I haven't seen enough testing yet to figure out how you pick apart the Punishing One at this moment, because
I've heard good things about Resistance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen some stuff, but it's like setting that up for like a 2-tab. It's like that's a guaranteed hold if you put Leviathan on defense as well. Man, it'll be interesting to see where people go with that, because there are a lot of people that still run triple meta defense. So it doesn't change it for them at all. but I feel like picking apart the Executor now becomes the question. If without some sort of having some sort of meta fleet with you, I don't think you can get through it.
I say, unlike Scribe, I've had Leviathan on defense for the longest time. It's not even thought about it, and just always depended on the Empire counter to get it done. So I will be changing up in the near future and taking that shit off defense to be handling this shit, because oh my god, just absolutely wild.
I just wonder what they do to the dagger.
I'm
it
really worried about that. I'll be honest.
'Cause
I
I
put
am-
my video recently. I don't know if either of you watch it. Probably not, because you guys don't watch my videos.
I mean,
I watched some of your videos.
Hold on. I
like
at
last
least have it open in a separate tab and run it through on mute
Oh,
for the.
thank you, buddy. You don't need to.
I
You
may
hear
not-
me enough as it is.
I may not need to listen to it, but
Well,
you're everything basically outside of. I don't know. Most of your stuff I'll listen to just because I'm
thanks,
too lazy to think through, but
well,
that's about it.
My concern is if they rush through a fix to the Dorito, I don't want them to like make the Leviathan fucking crazy. Because it's a strong ass fleet as it is. If they buff the Dorito to such an extent that Chimera stands 0 chance against beating it, and mirror matches become a fucking nightmare, I'm not going to be happy, because nobody wants an unbeatable fleet defense or an.
The thing is, though, is that no matter what unless they change the way the Sith fighter Mark 6 interceptor works against it with the dagger, then Leviathan mirror matches are going to be the same as they've always been, because you just outrun them and then beat them into the floor.
Yeah.
The question really becomes,
that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to make it so that the Sith Empire, or like the Sith Assassin start, doesn't beat the TIE Dagger start anymore. Because that's what they were saying. Like their whole premise for this was that the Sith Assassin on defense is the best defensive lineup that there is, and the Dagger sucks on defense. That was their premise for this, which I think is sort of a flawed premise. But
the Dagger is the better defensive lineup, because it's harder for the Chimera to beat. Not like massively, but
since TIE Dagger in the starting lineup is detrimental to a mirror match that Leviathans find themselves in frequently, they're saying that the punishing one is being the Dagger over there. It sounds like it sounds like the premise is sort of flawed.
Their premise is that because Sith Fighter is better in the starting lineup in the mirror matches,
defensively.
Defensively, that makes it easier for the punishing one to counter the Leviathan. Yes. So they're going to buff the Dagger to get it back into the starting lineup. But most people at the top end are placing Dagger in the front line because people are using Chimera to counter that, and the Dagger there is harder for the Chimera to counter.
Also, the other thing I was just pointing out was that like the whole premise was that this is the best starting lineup on defense. But Scribe very frequently just uses a different starting lineup on offense. Like you bring in the Mark 6 or whatever, so it just like
because the AI is idiotic.
So it's like the entire premise is this is the best starting fleet and like starting lineup on defense, but it already gets countered, no problem. So it's like what you guys
for me is in the post, they're suggesting that they want to make the TIE Dagger to be what you take in for mirror matches as well, because they say that They say that this way, sorry, wait a minute, where does it say? Okay, there we go. Leviathan find themselves infrequently, so our plan is to make some buffs to the TIE Dagger to make it to the desired unit to bring into a Leviathan mirror match, to bring in for a mirror match for Leviathans. Not only just to put it on defense, but when you're facing off against a Leviathan, they're saying TIE Dagger is going to be the go-to.
Yeah.
Which is a little
mirror match, yeah.
That's worrying, because then if that becomes better, then the Chimera gets worse. And then it's back to you're gonna. Oh my god! I'm like terrified if they buff it to where Leviathan's only viable counter above a 50% win rate is the Leviathan.
Yeah. But not only the Leviathan, but the Leviathan with a higher relic on maybe Sith Trooper.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be straight up. Your worries are 100% warranted. Wait, what my justification is for that? The most recent ship that they just fucking released, where they said, "Oh, it's gonna have this power level," and then suddenly was way over that power level.
They forget
Did they forget the elite part of the Punishing One
right.
marquee event?
Right here.
I don't
Oh.
actually think that the Punishing One is piloted by Dengar. I think it's I think the Punishing One is actually piloted by the Great Mothers. I think that's
It
what
might,
it is.
it might be.
They,
Yep.
they just,
You're
all
right.
three of them are
Right.
sat inside there.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
They're all
it's
just
the Great
squeezed
Mothers
inside there.
I'm just worried because that's a big concern. If you take
Oh,
away
yeah.
like
It's gonna
the
be
off
huge.
counter, so the question that becomes is like, okay, but then if the daggers and starting lineup, do we leave an opening for the profundity to maybe stand a chance? And the answer to that's no, because if they make improvements, the profundity
Oh, yeah.
suffers further. So it's like, okay, so
the poor profundity, it's being relegated to whatever the third
honest,
fleet is
well,
on the
no.
first fleet to
Honest
take
to
out.
God, though, is I believe that if you play the profundity offensively versus the executor, there will be a strategy for beating the executor, because it was built to hard stop that in the first place. You just don't do the mass assists out the rip, right? Like that's what you try to avoid.
But you might get really unlucky though, with just
You
like
could.
random assists, and then you get
Oh
damaged.
yeah, you could, but that you could. There's gonna be a way around it. That's what I'm saying. It's like the profundity has enough options to where you can get around it, and so that'll be the question, because nobody's gonna probably.
Uh-oh.
It's very unlikely.
Where do the random assists come from? Han.
Yes.
Don't bring Han.
Well, that's
that
a
was their
part of
plan
it.
all
But...
along. The Razor Crest, not the Razor Crest, the Raven's Claw. Goes
Raven's Claw time, baby.
with no
Raven's
turn meter
Claw.
gains.
With
Let's
no
do
turn
this.
meter games, but it
And
does
half his
have
kit not
foresight.
functioning because home one is not available. No, but I believe there will be a way to play it. We just haven't had enough time to test that yet. And I'm pretty confident on defense, no one's going to put triple attacker on defense. Because that makes it really easy for the profundity just to say F you.
Just immediately delete it.
Nobody in my fleet shard has got a 7-star punishing one, so I don't know how Relic can just tank all the damage.
But it doesn't need a tank. Like that's what you just get rid of Cad Bane out the rip, and then the damage falls off pretty quick after that because you're not getting the bonus true damage through breach.
Oh, from the breach stuff.
And then you don't use the masses with profundity. You use the mark on. So Cad Bane is 2 turns with mark, and then from there you'll have to figure out what the starting lineup will need to adjust to. Because maybe it does move.
It's a ticking clock, though. You need to get rid of the punishing one very quickly.
Yeah, but
otherwise it's going to just death mark your characters, and then you're going to cry a little bit.
That's why I'm saying Luthen's going to come in, make them all immune to death mark, give them all locked stealth, which can't be, which is unique.
He doesn't even have to do immune to death mark. He just has a unique that say all rebel allies take reduced damage from percentile health effects.
Or just go do the Gungan thing. You know, when somebody gets death mark, they get damage immunity for 2 turns.
Yeah.
And anybody with death mark has got 1,000.
Whichever way you want to deal with it, whichever way you want to deal with
it. There are ways around it,
but it begs the question: why release the fucking punishing one to release another ship to buff the profundity?
Well, because honest to God, though, it's because we don't have a new meta, and they probably aren't going to have a new meta for their 6 to 9 months. So they're
I would expect that. Yeah.
And Executor did get countered by pretty much fucking everything. Like Negotiator shot on it.
Yeah. I don't mind. That's the thing is, I don't mind.
It got dunked on all the time.
I don't mind
unless I was using profundity on offense.
Unless
triple attacker and GAC.
Unless you got bad luck and didn't get any single fucking call to assist at all with your.
Hey, now that would be considered good luck.
Right?
That would be good luck now.
Right?
It's like,
how the tables have turned. Perfect. Take that punishing one. Yeah, no, we're just so far out. I think they're just trying to buff the meta fleets to shut out the existing counters that don't require one iteration of them or the other. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Conquest unit or another marquee that is designed to work with the rebels and then just goes, hey, now you can beat everything relatively better than you could before. But I don't know. It feels like the executor went from, the first GL ship to like, well, we're basically the newest one, and now we're better than everything. So eat it in the shorts. So
Yay. We love shorts.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I do find it a little bit funny with so many people that R9 Sith Assassin, and they're like, well, Sith Fighter doesn't belong in the starting lineup anymore, so doesn't matter anymore, guys. So now just R9 Sith Trooper instead.
Well, but
I'll say real quick, Sith Assassin is actually a fucking badass at Relic 9, just like the character, and not like the ship. Like Sith Assassin actually puts out stupid amounts of damage. I have had Relic 9 Sith Assassin with like decent mods and everything. One shot my Jedi Cal underneath his protection and just yeet him off the fucking field. So yes, it actually
kind of sexy, to be fair.
Yeah, it can actually do some serious work over there. So while I do feel bad for having Relic 9 Assassin just for the fleets, I will not feel bad seeing Assassin just go and yeet people off the field because oh my god, it's actually kind of scary sometimes.
That's going to be the thing with the set. If you can get quite a few buffs on Sith Assassin, she is a menace.
Oh yeah,
I need to drink 1 second.
Absolute monster. So yeah, there are some. There's a lot of characters which are, I guess they're more like niche sort of characters, but that you bring up for fleets, and then they turn out to be pretty good on the ground. Like I brought Plo up to Relegate specifically for that counter of Negotiator to Executor, which feels bad, man. We're losing that counter too. But Plo at Relegate is a good fucking tank. He's got a Kron right now. He's used in the raid. He's used in a Starkiller team. Plo is some good people. You know, there's a lot of characters who are not the greatest, most well known, but they do some good work in the on the ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of good pilots that are in play that have had some nice overlap with what's available, but definitely just that's how the entire game goes right now, though. Like a lot of characters ebb and flow off of datacron support, and then from there, it's like if we go back to Darkside, which we got the Darkside bulk in on this next set, it's just like there's a lot of teams that are going to get really powerful, even though they can't utilize the rest of it. They're just going to enjoy that 60 or 75%.
Yeah, just general bulk was nice.
Bulk, yeah. So it's just you look at this thing again, like bulk. Yeah, it's just it becomes such a pain in the butt.
Sorry, did anybody watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yes, that's where my eyes rolled under the shadows. You couldn't quite see it, but my head immediately knew where you were at.
I said General Bulk is a good thing, and then I saluted General Bulk for Anyways, moving on.
You've just reminded me that the Darkside level 3 in the new Datacron set has got 15% health and protection for Darkside.
Yes. Yep. Bulk is back,
Lord
baby.
Vader. God damn it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you just put a couple shreds on him, and Lord Vader still dies pretty freaking easily.
Yeah,
I don't think Bo meant.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of Lord Vader, CG, when can we backpedal and do the punishing one buff to Lord Vader to actually make him a threat?
We've had
he has
already Trail Lead.
Well, yeah, that's the current one. Yeah, that's the current one, and that's because his crit damage ramps up so high he becomes a menace.
Hey, thank you, Ascent Reset. Appreciate you, brother. You got the $2 dono. Thanks so much, brother. Yeah, it's Lord Vader. But he keeps getting lifters, and I mean, it's it's still not quite there. Yeah.
But I mean, the lifter only really comes into play against the one off meta counter that people would use. Like it just pushes Lord Vader needing a GL counter versus Bo-Katan. Like that's really the only change that's happening with that team comp. Otherwise, most of the GL counters still work reasonably fine. You can get away with even cheaper ones if you need to.
Oh, you just made the trail lead. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so anyway. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things in my head where it's like, yeah, I get where people are coming from, but it's not like the same. It's quite the same, I guess, in my head. Lord Vader still has a lot of cheap counters.
He does. But I mean, you look at other GLs, and so do they. Like, nobody puts JML on defense, and that's for very good reason. You know, and, like, Ray gets counted by a handful of things as well that are non-GLs, and C never goes on defense.
I don't know. C right now.
On defense.
C right.
Got,
well, the
like,
thing.
some stuff.
The only thing that sucks with C on defense is you need to do basically the same thing you're doing with Lord Vader right now. He either takes Treya or he takes.
It's got to be an expensive team.
Darth Malgus. He needs to take one of them. Otherwise, you might as well just not. But that's the problem. Is like putting C on defense is basically condensing 2 teams, which right now, you know, in the current GAC meta, isn't the end of the world because
we are in a power condensing sort of
yeah.
age, so you're not going to be worrying too much by combining 2 teams into one. You know. People are throwing Bad Batch Echo onto Queen Amidala teams to throw out more debuffs to just buff the Sportcron. So it's like, fuck your Bad Batch team, fuck this whatever thing. So people are already power condensing stuff. So I mean, that's definitely in line with the with today's meta. So that is for sure. But
I think maybe I need to start doing that a little bit more. I've definitely been going a little too light on the defense lately. So maybe it's time.
Yeah, well, I feel like you got to keep just like slapping more and more things together. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just make a power UFU team. What we'll do is we'll put Cal with Ray, and we'll put Treya. We'll put Lord Vader with Treya, and that opens up Maul, and then we'll put Maul, and we'll put Malicos together, and then Starkiller can come hang out with that. And then we'll have Steer lead it, well, and crew on the front lines. And there you go.
Newcron looks sexy. I'll be honest. I want Starkiller's Newcron.
Yes.
It's an attack on a turn, right? That's all it is.
Yeah, but how quickly is he going to pull that Star Destroyer?
Oh, it's as quickly as he does currently.
Yeah, but he does 50% more damage now, doesn't he? When he attacks out of turn.
Yeah. I think
he's going to hurt, dude.
Yeah, he is going to hurt.
It's going to be nasty.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Well, Starkiller goes back to countering teams like Jabba and a lot of the GLs.
He'll destroy Jabba.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things that are. Just.
What have we got? Like 10 days left of the previous Cron set before it dusts.
1 more week of GAC.
Something like
1 more week of GAC, and then it expires on the Wednesday after. So it should be like almost 13 and a half days.
Yeah. Okay.
But my guess is that they preloaded this one because Balin comes next weekend, and they wanted to make sure that the stats didn't get screwed up.
Almost like I've been saying it for months.
I mean,
did they
25th.
Did anybody even actually try to solve that puzzle, or was just like immediately came out like it was Balin's skull, guys? It's Balin's skull. Guys.
There was quite a bit of puzzle solving. It was just like the motivation behind it was pretty low, as from what I saw in the Crumbs Clues chat, because like everyone kind of knew where it was going, and then like we eventually like got it through and out the door, but
I don't know, that
I feel
very low
Friday
hype.
night, and if you were in my stream on Friday night, you would know I was not in any state to do any puzzling.
Oh really? Why
I was like
be?
15 shots deep. I was a bit of a mess, and even 15 shots deep, was reading the first part of the puzzle. I was like, it's literally just talking about Balin, guys. Job done. Move on.
Yeah. No, it was. It was so
of the abilities. It's not even the you know how they normally have the splash screen of the character with dark side and the pictures that
right.
No, it's just
I want
text.
some artwork, man.
Yeah,
jeez.
That
glorious
what he looks like.
There was the fact that they didn't even go through the uniques either. So he's got three abilities, and then they gave us the leadership, and then they didn't give us any uniques, which
I assume we'll have 2 uniques.
He will have at least one that's guaranteed to be the Soldier of Fortune unique.
Yeah.
And then you will have his other likely unique that gives him the rest of his plug and play viability.
Yeah, I'm assuming we'll have 2.
But I felt bad because it was like watching the Crumbs Clues chat. And I'm like, this is like the quietest this channel has ever been. And then like I think like after Meathead was egging people into it for a
man.
little while, then people kind of got together and finished it. But yeah, it was it is what it is.
Oh, I've been told that my mic is really low. Is that it sounded
It's
off in the
coming
chat
across.
as
It's coming across fine for me, but I don't know.
Yeah,
if
you
it's
sound
coming
fine
across.
to me.
okay, but chat, how do you guys hear? Now it's put.
No,
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
gave it a tickle.
Cool. Maybe it was having some performance issues. It's fine. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Jamie says the puzzle may as well have been rearrange my letters to guess who I am. Salen Bacol.
Ah, good old Salen Bacol. I knew him well. Yeah.
No,
I mean, pretty much, yeah. We all knew it was coming, and it was just like, it's the next legendary. You just released all of his requirements. Can we just get on with it, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping that this week we do the kit reveal, and then we do like another like little mini road ahead where we talk about the Spectre tag. We talk about the next few characters that are coming
I was
for
going to say,
Ahsoka.
we
Hopefully they
get
give
the
us
next
some
set of
more-
requirements.
Hopefully, give us next set of requirements. I am hopeful for that as well. But we'll be past Balin, so that means that basically everything else is leading up to what they're going to do for Ahsoka. But
Yeah.
man, it just feels weird that we're kind of in this weird like stall out pattern of like all we're doing is wailing while we're waiting. It's just like,
Yeah.
can we do anything besides spend our hordes or our money?
This is why, and I don't know about you guys. I didn't go crazy on the punishing one. Like every single marquee that's released since the Gungans, I've 7-starred during the marquee event. And punishing one came out as soon as I found out it wasn't a galactic chase. I was just like, oh, okay. So I bought the 10 pack for 12, the 12 pack for 10, sorry, and I had to buy an extra pack today because I realized that I was going to be 1 shard short of hitting 6 stars, because I got dicked by the pulls, I guess. So I did that. So technically, I spent an extra bit, but essentially, I spent, given that I already had some crystals already, I spent like a third of what I would normally spend. I spent about $50 instead of 150 to get the character maxed out. What did you guys do?
No, I'm going to 6 stars just like you.
I did my normal. I went. That'll be 7 by the time for GAC lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
But
obviously.
I mean, who else but Karthric? I mean, it makes sense for you to do that, Karth. I mean, we expect it. We expect it.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like when you're all my opponents already have a 7-star punishing one. But they can't bring it in this week, so screw them.
This is funny. Because obviously I put out a couple of videos on it already, but I get quite a lot of people inside the comments section. It's just like, it's all the whales crying. I'm like, it's really not. The whales have got the 7 stars already, brother. They've got the Relic 8 Dengars. They're not crying. They're just like, okay, it's another thing that I've got.
Yep.
The whales aren't crying about this. It's like, even with it being as good as it is, it's literally because it beats one version of Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
And so all they're doing is go like, again, I really hope that their solution isn't just go, well, we make the TIE Dagger shut down the Sith fighter lineup, and then it shuts down the Executor lineup, and then Leviathan's basically unbeatable, and then Executor is basically unbeatable, and so then it just goes down to set your shittiest stuff on defense, your triple meta fleet defense, and then just try to be as clean as possible.
Yeah,
like there is. It's going to really screw with GAC for a while because there'll be no motivation to do anything if the Leviathan counters the Executor counters the Leviathan, and then nothing else beats them.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Vexatron put out a counter using Executrix that beats 7-star punishing one.
Nice.
I hadn't known.
Yeah, it was in my video earlier today. It's pretty good, actually. It seems pretty reliable. It's funny, actually, because you actually open up. You know when... so it's Executrix with Scythe, TIE Advanced, and I want to say it's TIE Fighter Pilot, something like that. So you've got the extra summons, but you start off with Vader's second special on Razor Crest, and that puts ability block on him, and he can't call the assist. And then you lose an opening ship and you call in TIE Defender. and then you can actually kill the punishing one pretty quickly, and it's a reliable cleanup from there. I haven't tried it yet because nobody in my fleet shard is running it. Nobody's got 7-star just yet.
Versus triple attacker executor, or is that with
Houndstooth? Triple attacker that was. So I don't know if Houndstooth comp will change things.
Yeah, see, that's the question. I think Houndstooth is going to be the more obnoxious one to do because that you'll never get around that taunt with Empire.
No, exactly. No, well, hang on. Can you get buff immunity from TIE Fighter, or is that on the special?
TIE Interceptor.
No, I
TIE Interceptor.
Right?
I thought TIE Fighter Pilot, when it uses its special against someone within a target lock, they get buff immunity.
They start with tenacity up, right?
You're thinking, I think of the character.
I thought it was on the ship as well.
No, the ship.
Ship.
I'm thinking like the OG counter to Houndstooth years ago. We used to reinforce with TIE Fighter Pilot to get buff immunity. If they've got target lock, the special from TIE Fighter Pilot does buff immunity for 3 turns.
Yeah, but he's going to move first
in
any lineup, and because he's the fastest ship on the fleet, no matter what. And
I do agree with you.
They start with tenacity up, so
it's a good shout, but just you'll have to get the tenacity up off. You have to get a target lock on.
It's going to be so hard keeping breach off of your characters, and as long as they got breach, he just reapplies the stupid. It's just going to be hard. That's my point. Is I just feel like it's going to get challenging to do certain things. So I just feel like the GAC meta is going to move to, can you deal with my triple meta defense? If not, then it doesn't matter what my ground game is. So I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I just really despise not full clearing, so I'm probably just going to be taking, like, I'll leave my Executor on defense. I'll take that unless it turns out the Houndstooth comp for Leviathan for Executor on defense with punishing one is unbeatable by that Executrix comp. If it is, then I'm just going to take everything for offense on fleet because fuck that. I'm just clearing it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just pretend like fleet doesn't exist and I'll just stack entire triple meta fleet defense and ignore it and be like, you won't clear my fleet.
Yeah, I just have concerns. Like, I really hope that, because we're still another 3 weeks away from Ezra, so 4 weeks away from the next Conquest unit announcement. So it's like, I really hope they're not waiting for like a Conquest unit to come in and fill the gap with like the next, like, buffing the profundity, which is what I'm assuming is their goal here.
That's a few month wait time over there. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, that's like 4 months with the punishing one. I'm like, please no, please be a marquee, please be soon, because I'm not doing this. Like, I don't want to be in this meta
I don't know, man.
They got one counter.
I can't. I don't see the logic of release the punishing one so it dicks on everything about Leviathan, and then just be like, actually, profundity now gets a new marquee that dicks on the punishing one.
why would you bring the oldest GL meta above the meta that was supposed to beat it?
I know. It's fucking weird.
It's a bridge too far, in my opinion. That's where I'm just like, my brain is at a loss for it, because I'm like, you elevated the oldest one to being basically a hair below the newest one, and now the one in the middle is just unviable against either one. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, so at which junction does that get buffed to then benefit to make that investment worth your time? Because now, the profundity is not worth you for anybody as it sits today.
They'll release a marquee for the profundity, and it'll make it beat the Leviathan, but not the Executor.
Wait, no. Here's what they need to do. And I doubt they'll have the stones for it, but it's what I would say is bring out a rebel ship, preferably like the Fondor, that would be cool and everyone would love it.
Yes.
I know everybody loves the Fondor, but every time I hear the name, all I think is the Fondlor. It's somebody that goes around fondling people.
Well, that is a method, but you have it replace the Millennium Falcon and move the Falcon back to the Home 1 fleet.
Yeah, I've been asking for the fucking Rogue One to come out so Bodhi can be the pilot for so fucking long. So yeah.
Hey, that would also, I'd be okay with that too.
Listen, man, but it's not going to happen.
Why not?
He's the pilot that's not a pilot. He can join Admiral Trench in being, guys that are pilots that have no ships. All right, that's the new faction fleet, new faction in general. Guys that have ships that don't. The Paradox fleet. Okay.
There you go.
Did not go down with their ship.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have a ship to go down with. It's terrible, terrible fate.
The first time Trench did. The second time,
shipless pilots.
Did the second time though? Does the ship blow up when he's done?
No idea. Oh no, the second time? No, Anakin kills him. Like,
yes, but on his ship. Does his ship also go down when they leave? That's all I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, they blew up the ship, 100%.
Oh yeah, so he goes down with the ship. He just already went down first.
Oh yeah, there's a whole scene where like Wrecker's like, I got to blow him up, yay! I'm a blowy uppy guy, woohoo! Yeah, exactly. Come on.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Yes. The Bad Batch before Omega.
That was the happiest day of my life too.
Man, right.
I jest. I don't know. It feels really strange. Like it baffled me from the get-go when they announced the punishing one. I was like, wait, what? Why are we lifting the Executor? Like, what?
Reasons.
And then we got the kit, and I was like, holy fuck. They didn't lift the Executor. They put it in like an elevator, and they just shot it up 30 floors.
I wanna go with like resurrection level, like just straight up. Like we have gone from like the GL fleet that was basically dead in the water. They had like 6 off counters that beat it to like it is now like back in the heavens. Like it's got maybe 2 counters, and that's it. It's like shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it's gonna be fucking nasty.
Genuinely, I think on the whole, I don't actually mind the positioning, except for when it beats Leviathan. I think it should have like a 20% chance of beating Leviathan. I don't think it should be as reliable as it is right now. I think it's fine for it to piecemeal the Leviathan, take it apart, but I do not think that a 3-star marquee unit should elevate an Executor to beat the fucking shed load of requirements that you need to get Leviathan. New players these days, come into this game, and they see the 3 meta fleets in the game. They see Executor, Profundity, Leviathan, and they think, which one should I get? Should I get the one that needs 1 Relic 8, and all of its requirements form part of the ship, and I don't need anything extracurricular apart from BAM? Or should I go for the Profundity with the Relic 9? Or should I go for the Leviathan with 2 Relic 9s and 2 Conquest units? 3 Conquest units. And they're like, oh, well, I'll have to wait until I'm 4 million GP so I can get into Proving Grounds, and then I'll have to refresh Proving Grounds like a motherfucker for 6 months to unlock this fleet, and then have it still lose against the easiest one to unlock. It's just like, what? It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
No. They've kind of set it up in a weird way, which is all like the more you argue this point though, is the more is like the higher my conviction goes that they are going to bring in something for the Profundity to bring it back up to the scale where it easily beats the Executor again, because nothing else makes sense in my head of why you would go this far. Like there's lifting, and then there's power lifting, and I'm like, we're pushing like high end on this change, and it's just like I feel like that's just too excessive. So I feel like there's going to be something coming within the next probably 60 days that is their answer.
I think that's I'm not saying you're wrong, Karth. I'm just thinking next 60 days, we went nearly an entire year before we got the second fleet of the year.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, there's just no way they can leave the punishing one this long. They're going to probably buff the tight dagger in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I hope so. Yeah.
Because I guarantee you that if they don't buff in the next 2 weeks, every TW guild is going to be just bitching nonstop.
Well, I mean, we've got Gak lock in a couple of days. So
we got TW lock in 24 hours. So it's I feel like they're going to have to get it done after 1 week. Otherwise, like that's what I'm saying, like the next 2 weeks, because we'll go 1 TW with it, and then we're going to get all the feedback we need on what it's going to do, and then everyone's going to complain because everything's too good.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know.
that CG are going to be looking at fleet in general, not just fleet comps and fleet marquees. I think they're going to be taking a deeper look into how fleet, just in general, operates in the game, because nobody loves fleet, right? Well, no, I'll correct that. Very few people love fleet. The only reason people indulge in fleet in any capacity is because 400 crystals a day, and you have to for TW and GAC. That's pretty much it. Well, I suppose you could say there were a couple of fleet missions in TB.
You could ignore all of that too if you just didn't care about the rewards.
Yeah, if you don't care about crystals and stuff, it's fine. So I think they're going to be taking... and part of me thinks that's the reason why it's been so sparse on the fleet side of things for the last year. We've had 2 lifter ships, basically, in nearly 11 months. And that's a long-ass time. You know, like, we would expect to have an entire new fleet once a year, but they're just not pushing it. So,
I mean, how many times were you asked in on the streams and whatnot? Like, hey, when's the next fleet coming out? Are we getting a fleet this year? Are we getting a capital ship this year? Like, oh, do we have time for a capital ship? I mean, constantly, everyone's saying like, yeah, because we all expect it. This is what the cadence that we've been, we've learned is. So, it's it has certainly been a little bit dry on the fleet game for a little while. That is for sure.
100%. So I don't know what that might entail.
Gliders.
But
Ewok gliders, obviously.
We need Ewok gliders, and we need, General Leia just floating around in space.
Oh, that's a good segue. If you wanted it, apparently
General Leia Poppins. What?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
I'm Leia Poppins, y'all.
There is a buzz around the rumor mill that Ewoks are getting a buff. Lord knows why, but apparently that's on the agenda.
Oh.
Like a new character, or they're getting a rework?
Where did this come from? I've not heard of this.
It was on a Twitch stream earlier this week. Somebody had mentioned
Jammy's really excited. She loves Ewoks. Anyways,
Jammy.
There was a comment made that they're like, I gotta go back to work, but you guys are gonna love the Ewok changes that are coming. And then that was it.
So
but it wasn't from Meathead's channel, at least. So it was somebody else I didn't recognize. I don't know exactly who. Yeah, but apparently they were somebody EA related.
The post was linked in my Discord. Was it Night Fox? Was it on Friday night when I was really drunk?
Probably.
Because if that's the case, then I am not responsible for my memory. Okay.
But I am I'd be interested to see what they do with that, but like again, this is the epitome of the rumor mill. Like I've got no confirmation, I've got no way to know even if who that person is, besides just sitting out here and churning out rumors. So
right,
maybe if we just believe enough will happen, then it'll come to the game. So maybe.
So I'm trying to find information about this Ewok stuff.
It's just a screenshot from freaking Twitch.
Just a Twitch screenshot saying Ewoks are coming. Grab your. The
Ewoks are coming. The Ewoks are coming.
We're taking the hobbits to Ewok Guard. No, to Endor, the forest moon of Endor. No, that doesn't quite fit.
Endor Guard.
Endor Guard.
Patron chat, or was that in general chat?
I don't know. I can't find it anywhere. So in the meantime, I expect you guys to find it while I grab a beer.
Yeah, and then join Scribe's Discord, and then post it there.
Yeah, do it. I think to mention it on the Gambit podcast. IIRC. All right. We'll take a look and possibly see. Maybe that could be fun. Again, I'm not sure if it would be a new character or a rework of a character.
It would have to be a rework because I don't know what
Omicron.
Yeah. Well, but we already have it. I mean, they could use some Omicrons to bolster the team up. I suppose that's a possibility as well.
Give them like a bonus versus Imperial Remnants or something like that.
That would be hilarious to have Enoch just steamrolled by Ewoks. I would laugh so hard.
I want to see it now. I was half joking, but
because that's the thing is like the resistance steamrolls Enoch. It's like anything that can just Terminator loop over him is all you got to do, and so it's like in theory they would be able to do it if they had enough. If they had enough damage or could get enough Terminator at the beginning to get through them. But I mean, like, let's be honest. It's highly unlikely that Ewoks are, or that Enoch himself is going to be the long-term Imperial Remnant leader for that other, team. So
yeah, we've talked about this before. We're expecting Thrawn GL to eventually come in, and he'll take over for Enoch. Make them do actual things, and they'll be the next crazy, ridiculous what the fuck thing we gotta deal with. Although we still have to wait for frickin' Ahsoka, which it has been yet another week, and still no new Ahsoka requirements.
yeah, my head wants to say that they were waiting for Balin to wrap out before they brought those out, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm perplexed as why they pushed it out so far, because there was no need to do this late, because it's like either Ahsoka got pushed back in their release schedule and she's coming closer to Christmas, or something else along the lines, because otherwise I have no idea why they've waited so long for Ahsoka.
Waited for so long for Ahsoka for what now? Sorry.
For her requirements to keep dropping.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I mean, the part of me keeps on coming back to it feels like this should be a marquee coming, but because why else would they delay so long?
Something should be coming.
Yeah.
So, because it's been 2 months since we've had an Ahsoka set requirements.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
And there's still 8 more requirements they have to drop.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I swear to God, Wolfie. I swear to God, Wolfie, if they put the punishing one as the ship that's required for Ahsoka...
No, they won't. It's a blue ship.
I agree.
Light ship.
I completely agree, but can you imagine...
They would bait and switch?
Could you imagine the outrage that I would feel personally on a very deep and personal level if they're just like, there goes punishment! Meh.
If they actually did a freaking bait and switch like that, that would be so rude.
It would be.
Especially because you were saying, like, this is the first time of all of the recent marquees where I have not wailed to 7 stars. I have stood on my principles, good sir.
Exactly.
And now I am fucked.
And fuck. Fuck!
Damn it!
Damn it! Well, I think he'll be in shipments by then, so I'll be able to shipment the last 100 shards or so. I'll be alright with it. It's okay.
I mean, at this rate, he might be. Shit. Like, I mean... It has been so freaking long since we have had another like a round of the requirements. If it's another 2 months before we have requirements, and then
they're running out of year.
Yeah, there's not much year left if they're gonna go for end of the year over here. So we got chop over here and get moving, or else we're talking about end of next year maybe.
Oh, you know what just occurred to me? Sorry, I know this is complete derailment, but I see Duramana over here.
Welcome to Tribe Talks.
He's a wonderful person, Duramana is. But he's talking about them bringing out a new A/B tier team. Now, when I read that, I didn't read that as A/B tier team. I read that as assault battle. And do you think we'll get an assault battle for mercenaries? Please say yes.
I would not be surprised.
Fuck yeah.
They will do something because I feel like every legendary they've released in the last like two years has had some form of in-game, like you need to have it, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say I don't want to like jump too much to conclusions because there is a chance they just like throw them on an already present assault battle. But
we always jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
No logic, no sense, just wild speculation, Wolfie. That's what we're here for. Gungans didn't have an assault battle; they had a raid. That's different.
Who cares? They've had a requirement. That's what I said. They've had a requirement. Jedi Knight Cals had a requirement.
Zephyr?
All of the marquees had requirements with it too. You had the assault battle with the Poncho Bros. You had the Gungans with the raid. Bo-Katan got her own planet.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Balin Skull gets either an event.
Jabba had raid. Leia had raid.
Yeah.
Who else did we get?
They both had actual events.
Yeah. Ooh, Nightfriend found the post. Sorry, excuse me.
I just don't know who that person is.
Pitfall. Okay, I got to get back to work for reals. Enjoy the Ewoks buff coming down the line. Who the fuck is Pitfall? Is there a CG_Pitfall?
That's the only thing.
hold on. That was during the Gambit podcast. Don't they?
That's
That's
a moderator.
9 Eastern. No, also
But that's a
don't
moderator tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
yeah,
don't
it
know
doesn't
who
sound
that
like a
person is.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a CG employee because they also stream a little bit later. So I think that's like after general working hours.
I've never heard of a CG pitfall either. But there are people in CG I've never heard of.
No, I don't.
So
So
I
who
don't
knows?
know if that was in like, unless that was in like Meathead's Twitch, but I don't know. No idea. That's the thing, is I just don't have any idea who.
Oh, yeah. But anyway,
No idea.
yes, Cuff.
I'd
New stuff
take
has
it.
stuff, and I think this
I
is something
would
that
take
we're
it.
going to see going forward, is that CG will be incentivizing new stuff.
Investment, yeah, which they should.
So-
Honestly, they should. They should incentivize investment because there's so little reason to invest in this game on half the game modes now.
Yeah. So the thing is, I feel like with the with the poncho bros, that irritates me because only one of them's wearing a poncho. It like, that was probably the best way that they could have incentivized new marquees, because immediately got an assault battle, tiers available at all levels. So people that didn't wail on it are still getting something out of the assault battle, regardless. They also tied into the new raid, and it's only 2 characters, not a whole team. So it was like 2 new marquees. Even at minimal levels of investment, you can at least benefit from the assault battle. If you choose to go further, you benefit from the assault battle. You get better scores in the raid. If you invest even further and get Queen Amidala, you'll be able to benefit from the assault battle and the raid, and you'll be in TB and PvP and all that. Like, that was the perfect stroke. And that's where I expect them to always be hitting with new stuff coming out. If, like, you look at the Punishing one right now, it's so ridiculously strong. It's like, even at 3 stars, beating everything. Yeah. That's where I feel they're going to be leaning into. So I hope Mercenaries get an assault battle, because I want more Kyrotech. And hopefully it'll have an R9 tier, and I can get good at keypads.
That's the
stuff.
big thing that CG is needing to overcome, and I think that they're going to need to move towards that. Is they need to introduce more areas to get droid brains in the game, because the TW engagement is atrocious, and the game mode is incredibly stagnant at the moment, I guess, the best way of putting it. But the only reason why the majority of people keep signing up for it is because they need the droid brain income.
Yeah.
But then what happens with the majority of people is,
except for you, right?
Well, yeah, because I use my income to buy droid brains.
I've got a direct feed of droid brains straight from my bank account. Yeah, and that's fine.
At the rate at which CG releases the packs, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
But that's just where we're at, is that we have these we have this reason not to really play it, because for a lot of people, keeping up with TW, if you're in a competitive TW guild, is a chore. And we already have so many chores in this game. I can completely understand when people don't want to do that. And so they need to do more to get droid brains out into the players. But then again, I don't mind that it's gated at R9. I feel like if the ROI is worth it at that junction, and that's the problem with basically the game right now, is that there is only like 2 game modes that have good ROI, and that is the raid and relatively Conquest. Conquest is decent ROI.
I'd say
Conquest you sort of
is
need
pretty
to,
good ROI.
So Conquest you sort of need to interact with, because all the new characters, like the greatest characters, end up coming.
Yeah, but the rewards
Conquest.
from it are still pretty decent
it's-
too.
And
There's
the
a lot of
rewards are also
things.
datacrons, which are like the most relevant thing for PvP ever. So you need to interact with Conquest. You don't really
But
have much of a choice. There are also extra rewards like that you're getting from doing it, like a shitload of stuff like throughout over there. So yeah, there is actually like decent
But
rewards.
the investment for the
you
most
don't
part
really have much of a choice.
for later game accounts, you're not investing a ton to make Conquest work. That's why the ROI is decent, because you don't necessarily need to have R8 teams to get red box in Conquest. So that's what I'm more or less referring to.
Even when like a new set of Conquest comes around, and it's like it's using feats for brand new characters, like Morgan Elsbeth kills and all that sort of stuff. Quite often you can get around it without having a Relic 7 Morgan Elsbeth or whatever, but it's harder. But even then, if you like don't have them at all, it's never usually enough data keys, dropped that you can't red box. It's just you need to make sure you've got all the other bases covered.
It just makes but the biggest thing I find too when it comes to Conquest is the average player doesn't think about that far enough ahead. And so they'll go through an entire zone without being like, I need to have a crew or a nest team in this zone for this feat. So they get through all the way to the other zone, and they go back to the feat. They're like, oh, no, well, I don't have it. Scribe, what do I do? What do I use otherwise? I'm like, well,
you can still do it. It just takes longer.
Yeah, it just takes longer. And I think that's the thing is that a lot of the frustration from that comes from now I can't cheese it, and I'm like, well, it's doable. Most of them are doable. Most of them are the data disks allow you to take in a lower level character to support them and get them through it. You may not be able to do it as low stamina, but you can get through it. And then that's basically
they almost always reward you for having the previous Conquest character.
Yeah.
So it just sort of helps feed into itself.
Well, I mean, for me, it's generally, for me, when it comes to the Conquest character unlock, there's two veins of thought on it. One is Conquest characters are almost always incredibly powerful, and you want them, right? Like damn good. But even if you don't, even if you're that guy that's like, oh, I'm not going to do it because I don't have the gear to invest in this Conquest character, and I don't have the GL that it lifts. The other side is, don't wait to try and unlock it through Proving Grounds. For the love of God. That's like a 1.5 year grind in itself if you're not refreshing. Don't do that to yourself.
The honest to God though, the part about Proving Grounds that's still because you can sim it once you 3-star it, right?
I have no idea. I never get to play.
I believe for anybody who does Proving Grounds, confirm that for me because I believe that
is sim Proving Grounds, guys. Let us know. Can you sim
but
Proving Grounds?
But the one that even like kind of drives me nutty.
You can.
Yeah, okay.
People are saying yes.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. The one that drives me nutty is like even with the new if Conquest wasn't enough, that stupid event after the fact was like, why can't I sim these?
Oh my god,
the ultimate journey event.
I get the content, but they just keep putting out content that you can't do. But then when we get the new assault battle with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, it was simmable day one, and I'm like, it's the same level of effort, guys. Like, why do you care?
It is, but the thing with that is as well with Ultimate Journey is every GL that's going to be one extra battle. So we get when GL Ahsoka comes, she's getting an Ultimate Journey battle. That means instead of 8 battles, you're doing 9. 9 battles, and then we'll get GL thrown. Oh, we're doing 10 battles in Ultimate Journey. Can't sim none of them. You have to do it in a 24-hour period.
It wouldn't be so
some
bad.
Some you can auto, some you can't.
That's the thing, is that 3 of them you can auto, and then 4 of them are like.
I think C you can auto, JML you can auto.
JML just depends on what abilities.
Auto, Vader you can auto.
Ray and Slacker you can't. Jabba is 100%.
Jabba's auto. Just target Chewie, press auto.
It can work. Jabba.
I manually play them all apart from. I only auto seize one. I manually play all the others, but I don't really mind it. It just takes a while. I'll be honest. It's like, and it's generally the big thing for me is that it's only up for 24 hours, and I know that sounds dumb, but I feel pressured to do it immediately because otherwise I will forget and I'll miss out on really valuable currency. And I'm just like, I've got to do 8 fucking battles.
You talking about your raid runs?
Oh no, I leave that to the last hour if I can. Genuinely, raid starts, I might auto the Gungans, and then I'll come back to it at the end.
that is I think that is like 90% of what everyone does in the guild is that they will do the auto on Gungans and then come back like in the last 12 hours.
I'll get that 2.7.
Just I don't have to try that hard, but we're going to be down a person.
If I could do that for more of the teams, just full auto, I would. But I'm such a pedantic guy. I'm like, I know that my score is 11.1 million. I get that every time, even though I know I don't need 11.1. I just need to get whatever it is to get me the 10.4, is it? That will get me the last personal reward box apart from the final one. and our guild doesn't
12.15.
need me to do it. So it's like, but I have to because I don't know, I'm autistic or something. I have to get 11.1 because I know I can. And
To
that's
be honest
annoying.
with you, is that I was reading some of the stuff. I was reading some chat earlier in the TB server, but
Mhm.
it was like people were like, you know what? At this junction, if they made TB or raid Ommies 10, just a flat 10, and we're doing like 5 teams a raid for 5-man teams, he's like, if the next raid had an Omicron for each team
I
that
would
was
do it.
required for it, but you could literally press auto
Yep, I would do it.
as long as you met some modding checks. He's like, I guarantee you everybody would do it. And I'm like, yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
1 or 2 of them.
I would do them all. I cannot
I would probably do
stand
it.
the time I waste on multiple runs with some of these teams in the raid right now. Like the Lumi run is just a complete
hold up.
If I can
Hold up.
Sorry, go on.
They would have to still be 10 Ommies, not 20.
Yes.
Yes,
have
that's
to
what
be
I said.
10.
Yeah.
Did you say 10?
If-
Sorry.
Yeah, if they were
it
all
was-
10, then
if
every
they're all
team
10.
gets one.
If
Yeah.
it was all
If I
10, I
can-
would probably consider it really heavily. Yeah.
If I can play it manually and one-shot it without really too much RNG, then I probably wouldn't apply the Omicron. Like, I don't know. You said the Lumi run. For me, the Lumi run is usually fine. Like, I just have
Yeah,
Cam
same.
just goes and one-shots people, and it's no freaking problem over there.
My
sorry,
Lumi runs are
sorry,
atrocious
Cam.
RNG.
Yeah. But that one's usually never really bad for me. The background is usually pretty straightforward for me. The other ones are complete shit. So let's not even get started by Queen Amidala or freaking Maul or any of that.
I did
But,
cave today and
yeah.
took R2D2 to R9.
Took
I'm
R2D9.
really tempted to do that.
It does help a ton.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, because
I
it's not even
slowly convincing myself to do
it's
that.
not even the fact that it's like having the extra character for the stats and everything else. Honest to God, it's just the fact that R2's presence gives you that little bit of wiggle room you need, that if it doesn't go absolutely perfectly on setting up the AoE, that you can recover it by still plugging ahead with the same strategy. So it's just like, I would love to just be down the road of, like I said, if they do if the raid Ommies allow that team to auto the raid, then I reliably, without even having to think about it, I would take it. I am of still the same mindset that you brought up earlier, Scribe, though, is that the raid should 100% be that if I have the right relic levels, the right modding, and the right strategy, I should be able to beat it in one attempt.
You shouldn't get fucked over by RNG. Like, I don't mind RNG fucking you up 5% of the time. Yeah. RNG should not be fucking you up 75% of the time. It should be like uncommon, not the norm. You shouldn't be waiting for a stars aligned scenario to get that run. That's the thing that really irritates me. If you do everything right, you should get rewarded for it. Yeah, and that reward should be you get the full. Like I gave up the ghost with that on. The speeder bike raid for me felt like getting a max score on that raid was, for the most part, on most teams, very, very difficult. But getting a good score was actually pretty easy.
Yeah,
it's just like
maxing out the personal track was easy in the speeder bike raid, but like trying to max the raid itself, there was no point. Like I saw plenty of people do it and spend 8 hours in the raid trying to get the right RNG so that you.
Fuck that.
I already hate that enough with this one, but that was the thing is they allowed too much RNG when you allow for random bonus turns or you allow for other random procs. The fact that
or droidicas with really high levels of dodge and
the fact that they have evasion in the first place is there shouldn't be this. I shouldn't AoE with Obi-Wan with 18 stacks of heal over time and advantage, offense up, defense penetration, and then Droidica with his 2% evasion gets a nat dodge and then goes into damage immunity, and I waste 10% in rage trying to circle back to clearing the buff.
How many times has it been like you've got Droidica and the commando droid, and it's a charge, and Droidica never takes the bonus turn until he's out of damage immunity.
Yeah,
and then you do one hit, and you do like
in.
he's got 10% health left, but no, he gets the bonus turn and rolls back
favorite
up.
thing. My favorite thing is with Lumi is that you get down to just Droidica and the charge droid, and your 2 turns on potency up coming back from
oh my
Kit.
god,
and you can't kill Droidica until you have potency up.
You can't kill anything with Lumi unless you've got.
But this is the thing.
bonuses.
This is the thing, though, is that when he's got DI for whatever region, the charge droid gets all the bonus turns.
Yeah.
And then the second you clear damage immunity, then the Droidica gets the bonus turns and then goes back into DI. I'm like, I am going to murder somebody.
It's not only that though. It'll be like, oh, it circles around to Kit Fisto's turn. AoE is available, but Commando Droid has got his Dispel off cooldown.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could use it, and I would immediately lose it.
Honest to God.
You get
honest to God.
There, like the question, like, oh my God, am I gonna get more turns? Am I gonna get
fact
fucked?
that
like, I'm just like decision paralysis over there.
No, the
like,
thing that kills the thing that kills me about the raid is that since that character is untargetable, you cannot check its cooldowns. Ever. And I'm like, this is
count it.
Yeah, you have to count it in your head, and it's such an annoying because with all the assisting though, sometimes it's challenging to know whose turn it is,
and or whose turns that it takes.
Yeah, exactly. It just cycles back.
I've been there at the end of a wave against a charge droid wave, and it's just the commando droid, so you can see his bonus turns, and it's like you're trying to kill it with Lumi, but he's dispelling you. You've got no potency up. Kit Fisto's turn, you have the potency up, but he's got Dispel available. And you're like, okay, I won't use it now because I won't do anything. So you wait until the next turn, and then it's Kit Fisto's turn, and he's got that potency up.
He's got it again,
Commando Droid's got Dispel available. So you're like,
because he took 5 turns in between quick Kit Fisto's turns.
Yeah.
But like, honest to God, though, is that like easy things that CG could have done to fix this problem with the command droids is A, command droids can't give bonus turns to themselves. B, if they're the last, if they don't have an ally, they can't use the heal. Like, there is no reason to make this drag out for 15% because Lumi can't keep potency up on the field. Like, it's these kinds of things that are just like, you guys made it, like, especially since the counter chance is god awful with the Lumi team.
Genuinely.
It's like, why is it not 85 or 90 or 100%?
How I would change the raid is when you go to fleet, you know, you got 3 abilities. There's one that gives you massively overpowered. There's one that gets rid of the modifier on the commando droid. And there's one that gives you that tenacity up, potency up, health steal up, all that nonsense. For locked, all that buzzers.
2 turns locked.
I would get rid of massively overpowered. And one ability would be get rid of charge. The other ability would be get rid of quicken. And the last ability would be the same as normal. And that way, you could actually control what the fuck happens in the raid.
I feel like another way around that too would have been to apply locked buffs to your characters or locked debuffs to the enemy for the rest of the turn. Because like if you could lock in retribution on the Lumi team.
Oh my god! It
like you would still lose potency up, but if you could lock in retribution, for the rest,
just like if they had that one buff that was over there, like if they made like a sequential sort of thing, like you had to do one first and then do the other one,
kind of like on Zepho,
like Zepho,
you got like the locked potency up for the rest of the battle, you know, sort of thing. Once you reach that point, like it's just something over there just to make like. Give you a little bit over there, have you a little bit more resilient, not be fucked by that inability to do anything without potency up sort of deal.
Or for whatever random reason, you get the provoke on your team and then you just get countered into the floor and you die.
Oh, that's so fun when Sidious just kills himself with provoke.
Yeah,
oh my god,
the Sith rated run, like the Sith separatist run is like, I'll put on auto, but every time the stats come up, I'm like, I gotta play this manually because I might get screwed.
It's so brutal when you do a basic with Darth Maul and you kill a unit, and then the entire enemy team goes before you, and you're sat there with 100% turn meter. You're like, let me take my turn.
Like, I have 100%. Fuck you! God.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Overflow turn meter.
I hate it.
Fun mechanic.
I hate it.
It was great back when they introduced it. Now it's just like it's the fact that the it makes things like harder to predict. And like I mean, granted, that's what we do have the turn order counter for in the game, and that does.
We
help.
missed Evo's chat.
Oh,
But,
sorry,
yeah.
Evo. Sorry, buddy.
Exactly.
But
We're with Evo.
Yeah, we're 100%. There's so much to hate on about this raid that we'll go through the whole gamut of it. I love it. Yeah.
You know what's odd
got
though?
Mixed up earlier, and yeah, the Lumi team sucks ass, but the Beck team is pretty easy because you put Cam there. He just goes and boops people, and that runs pretty quick, pretty easy.
Yeah.
The Gungan runs pretty quick and easy. The other three are just complete shite. But anyways.
Yeah. Separatists are okay once you hit them to R8, which that is a bigger investment for most. The QA team, honest to God, once you take R2, it really helps make it more consistent. Like I even today on my alt had a absolutely messy run, but I cleared the final wave at 99% enrage before the last wave starts. So
then you win.
I won, and I was like, but it was messy. Like I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens. And
actually, I need to check with you guys. Have you guys experienced where you go into the final wave at 100%? So you don't hit enrage, so you don't lose the shield generator, but you've got 100% enrage at the last wave. So the skull is there. You've not lost the shield generator. I swear it fucks up. I swear it. So say if you kill the very last unit with 97% enrage, you're going to gain 3% enrage going into the new wave, but it doesn't do the animation. You don't lose the shield, right?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's because the phase it's the order of operations.
It
is.
Yeah.
The phase phase
So
starts and then you enrage out, but the way the game is coded is that you only lose the shield generator between phases.
Yeah.
You never lose it mid-phase.
Exactly. It does a check for, do you have 100% enrage going into the next wave? If no, if yes, it gets rid of it, and you get all those locked debuffs. If you don't, it doesn't. But I swear what happens is the enemy gains some buffs, but you don't lose the shield generator. So you can have a run with, say, like Keller and Beck, and you're doing absolutely fine, and you go into the very last wave, and you've not lost the buffs. You've not got locked buff immunity, but the enemy is doing ridiculous levels of damage. And it's just like, you thought you were fine, but no, you get slowly picked apart.
Get on the last setup too, because especially with the
charge on the last wave sucks.
Charge, because if the Droidekas get into damage immunity early on that, then it doesn't matter. Like I've had runs where like I get to the last run and then it's just like I just get bulleted down because there is nothing you can do about that mechanic. And so I almost lost my QA run the last wave for the same reason. I got to the last phase, I had no AoEs up, so I literally had to eat all the incoming fire in the shorts. They got protection disruption on Qui-Gon Jinn and Padawan Obi-Wan, got them both into the yellow. Luckily, Padme finally took a turn, was able to get the summons up for a turn just to eat the rest of the incoming fire and then balance it back out. But yeah, it's there was so many units in the last wave that I just think it's just the sheer amount of firepower that you have to endure between turns that it just
if the Droidekas are assisting, especially
it's absolutely crazy. Lovely when you go into the last wave with like just Maul, because you will eventually win, but it takes about 15 minutes. You just put it on full auto and go away.
Yes.
You eventually win.
Yes, I just auto it. I will say my guild tries to respect people's sanity a little bit, and we do not request for full max points runs of anybody. So I think we say like 70% of what the what your max run, what your actual capabilities would be. We expect you to like sort of aim for a round over there, as long as we're hitting the guild box that we need to hit. Then if you're not maxing out a run, if you're not going to the last wave, then don't fucking worry about it. Breathe. So if you get to the last wave, that's it. I'm good. I'm locking it in. I'm not stressing out anymore about this freaking raid because it is just the worst thing.
That's 100% what I've been doing. Yeah,
we get most of the way. Call it a day. Awesome.
Is it a coincidence that during this talk that we've been having, this wonderful tribe talks we've been doing?
Oh no! Did your raid launch?
No, our raid launch is active. It's got a day left or so. But
okay.
The guild chat says Thrawn Hub has upgraded R2D2 to Relic 9. I think Thrawny's still in the chat.
He is.
What's up, Thrawny?
It does make it much easier to do. You just mod him for a crap load of offense, and you make him slower than Padawan Obi-Wan.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Guilty. We convinced Thrawn Hub to go ahead and R8.
I feel like R2. For a lot of it, it just gives you the wiggle room to when things don't go perfect that you can recover the fight. I think that's more or less how I feel it plays out for when you do that. But
it's more stats for a Leia team. I mean, Leia's a good fucking GL, especially right now with the tank bullshit going on. I mean,
if you don't have R9 Drogon, this will guarantee that Chewie will guard Drogon. Yeah. So, just saying, if you want to get back to that Han Chewie action under Leia.
Yeah. Why is the psychology so different for Naboo versus Endor? Nobody really got max runs on Endor. We just went... well, because it was like... Endor was very, very easy to score a decent run.
Yes.
Like, practically on auto for a lot of it. And without
remodding.
Without remodding, and for a lot of times, undermanning as well. Like, you could two-man almost every single team. And one-man solo. Like, it was so much easier, and it was about, 20% of the time?
It was mechanically so different.
Run took about 2 minutes at best. Yeah, Naboo's average is like 8 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it takes about 3 times the amount of time to do the Naboo raid than it did to do the Endor raid. And the thing is, though, is that with the Endor raid is that unless you made fat finger mistakes, the run was always the same.
No,
nothing changed.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
How many times did you have to sit there with your 2-man Han and Han and Piet run?
And Han would dodge and you'd lose all your evasion stacks.
Yeah, you'd lose all your evasion stacks. You couldn't get through all the way. Like, come on.
You're absolutely right. That did happen.
Let's not overstate it.
It did happen. It was just a lot quicker to restart.
That was with undermanning, though. With a 3-man team, it was fairly consistent.
Yeah,
it was more consistent. It was more consistent with a 3-man team, yes. But I say let's not overstate things. So,
but I mean,
there was still some RNG. There was still some bullshit.
There was still some, but you could easily go through a lot of it, and you might lose some evasion stacks here and there throughout the thing. That might make it a little harder to hit a personal max, but you never needed to. That was the other part of the coin. Is that you could get to the end if you invested into the characters enough, and you can pick which characters you invested into as well.
The great thing about that was that the Leia run, at least for me, with the mod setup that I had, was 100% repeatable every single time. Every single time. If the modding was different, it would fuck up. But there was no RNG in that. It just worked.
Yeah,
a lot of
every single time.
Yeah, a lot of this just comes down from there is a lot of time that goes into the Naboo raid, and it's the fact that it's not consistent. Like it's just it's consistently not consistent.
Yeah, that's the one thing that it is consistent with is that it's inconsistent.
Yeah, not even like with your own team and your own turn order is it consistent. Sometimes my fastest person is going 4th in the turn order. It's like, this does not make sense.
Because you go into a new wave and it just like randomly picks. You get to go first. And you're like,
but it's I would like to have, Padawan Obi-Wan start every wave with his AoE and advantage. And the game's like, but even though he ended last wave with 80% turn meter, Queen Amidala is going to go first. Oh, there's going to be a charge droid, by the way.
Of course.
And then Qui-Gon goes, and then the charge droid probably takes his turn in between there.
Yeah,
and then
dispels. Or my personal favorite is that for whatever reason, the bodyguard didn't quite die in the last wave, and so when they take their first bonus turn, they kill the guard. Queen takes 2 turns. And it's like it just
Okay.
prolongs. Like I actually had one on
You
my
get
last run where
the double bonus turn. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like oh my god, get the hell out of here! I'm so done with this.
You know what's really fucking weird about the Queen Amidala team, and I know this sounds odd, is
man.
sometimes it's actually kind of good if the enemy gets charge, because what you want to happen is you want like Master Qui-Gon to take a turn, do his AoE, give that 200% additional damage to Padawan Obi-Wan, and then you want them to interrupt you and do an AoE and give advantage back to Obi-Wan because he just lost it after Qui-Gon used his special. But it just like for some reason they never want to fucking do that. And if they do get charged, it'll go to the commander droid, and he'll just dispel your buffs anyway. And you're like, you know what? I hate
again. If they could solve this problem, they could solve this problem if the commander droid couldn't give himself the bonus turn, because then there wouldn't be any risk to the player for trying to make that play out properly.
Or they could just do away with the 140% crit avoidance that they give.
Whoa.
Enemy team.
Or and hear me out. If in CG's way, we just R9 a full 5-man squad, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Man, I'm not R9ing not I'm a Gundai. Who's the other one?
It's Ethkoth, Jedi Guardian, or Jedi Consular.
Who would actually be a fifth who would add anything to that team?
The thing that they add to that team will be is 25% additional crit chance to Padawan Obi-Wan. That's their benefit.
Them taking turns is going to make the team worse because all they're doing is feeding more charge turns to the fucking enemy without actually accomplishing anything.
How about this? Give a rework to Jedi Consular where when she uses her special, or he uses his special, grants the entire light side team potency up.
Finn is insulted.
Done. I would relic that person and throw it in a Queen Amidala team.
No, that's just for Jedi healer leads, right? The potency up thing with the true damage.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought. Oh, okay. No, I wouldn't do it then.
Yeah, I think that's just for the healer, the Jedi healer. All right, sucks.
It sucks. All right, I need another drink.
Grant Queen Amidala Jedi tag for the purposes of this raid. Now we're just getting silly.
The Jedi healers, it's just the fact, it's like, honest to God, it was like such a missed opportunity to give Ethkoth the slightest bit of a rework. Like, he's the anti-droid specialist that is the least useful Jedi in the entire raid.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, he's got a good cron, but it's a little bit kind of shitty that they release a raid which should be calling for him and him pretty specifically, and it's just like, oh, actually, sorry, you're riding the bench. Sucks to be you. Especially because wasn't he in the pack of characters?
Yeah, yes, he was with the Lumi team.
Yeah. So well done there, guys. Good job. It's a little bit obnoxious that Ethkoth kind of sucks. I'd like if he was better.
Well, and the thing is too is like there are going to be a handful of players, and by handful I mean like less than 5 in each guild that could benefit from it because Ethkoth is an R9 platoon requirement, right? And so like there's a few people that could take that character and make it work, but for 50 people to do it, it's ludicrous. Let alone everybody. And just like, I don't know why they didn't do anything else. Like even slapping a raid Ami on Ethkoth and letting him sit with Lumi or Keller and Beck. Yeah. Like it just sucks that literally all the 2 Jedi splits, whoever gets Cam is the team that performs the best. Whoever doesn't have Cam just suffers in endless silence. Because it's like, I just don't understand why they were like 40% counter chance. I'm like, why is it 40%? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had the entire enemy team move and Kit Fisto doesn't counter a chance at all, even though he's got 2 different places for it.
That, or he counterattacks like twice and gains turn meter twice from movement, and then takes a turn right before the fucking charge droid goes and like dispels your buffs, and you just
it's so much fun. I love every bit of it.
I guess I'll just back out now then, which is kind of
it's cool. I'll start over.
they've been sort of. Have they released more than one raid Omicron for a raid?
They haven't.
Of the 3 new
no,
raids.
they haven't.
I feel
it
like
was
they've been
Bausch,
a little bit apprehensive about that, right?
Scout Trooper, and then
Yeah.
it was
And Scout
Bombardier.
sucked ass. That was a terrible.
Yeah.
Game. It feels like they've been a bit apprehensive about releasing more than one Omicron per raid.
But
and if
yeah,
they have it at 10 Omicrons for the ability and whatnot, like we were saying earlier, I think they should probably get a little bit more, a little ballsier about releasing a couple Omicrons and trying to make life easier.
That's the thing I get with when
with
it comes to PvE Omicrons. They should by default be cheaper. B, they should allow you in most situations for that team to basically auto the mode it's for. Like, I should be able to take in Mandalorians with the Paz Omicron on any mission, press auto, and they should win.
Well, it should be like the Jedi Knight Cal army, right? Where you can literally take in garbage and just clear it.
I don't know if I agree with that on principle. I know, it just feels weird to say, like, oh yeah, you've unlocked the ability to not play the game. It just feels fucking weird for me to say that.
I agree with you, but
conceptually, it's just.
I agree with you, but that's the whole point of PvE content. Everything we talked about today is simplifying PvE content for less time engagement.
But so I feel like. But like the PvE content used to be some of the stuff that I enjoyed the most, like some of the old
Lightside
Geo
stuff,
like the Sith Raid stuff.
But,
I mean, there was a lot of. You really enjoyed that shit. I actually, I don't want.
But nostalgia aside,
what
do you currently enjoy it?
So what I'm saying is, I wouldn't want an Omicron that allows me to not play the game.
But then don't equip it.
I would want an Omicron that makes like Lightside Geo like a team better, or like you're able to function better and over there.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like conceptually, I sort of disagree that like it should just make you able to auto the. It feels like conceptually like. I used to love PvE. Make PvE fucking like enjoyable.
Yeah, but
again.
they've made PvE such a massive time sink that I feel like
it's just shitty right now.
Just sell me an auto button, and I'm fine with it. Like I understand where you're coming from, but it's like I would prefer it.
That's the point that it's at.
Yeah,
the issue is, I think, Wolf, is I understand where you're coming from. Where like Lightside Geo actually used to be a really cool game mode.
Right,
like that was really good PvE content, and I would enjoy play. At first, I hated it because you'd start the wave and a droid could one shot your GL, and you're like, oh shit, like that, like what the hell do I do? But we learned how to actually deal with it, right? It was just like certain comps and certain modding, and you got there. I used to remod for half my battles in Lightside Geo at one point, and I didn't mind doing it. I was okay with it. But I think the problem with now, because that was really before TB Omnis.
It was every other week also, which was nice.
Yeah, sure. And it was like
every other cycle.
The thing now is that if they've got TB Omnis in the game, how do they make a TB Omni desirable? Because if it's not strong enough, nobody's going to apply it.
I mean, but there are so few people that apply them in the first place. I mean, like the only reason people apply the ones for Cal was because of the 2 special missions that he has, where it's the Whirlwind Slash helps the Zepho unlock to be easier. It's not required by any stretch of the imagination. Or you do the leadership one for his mission, so you can separate from JML, and JML can go do something different. But outside of that, it's just like that's kind of where my head goes. I'm like, if you're gonna do TB Omnis, and if you're gonna do PvE Omnis in general, they need to be a convenience factor, not just we make it slightly better. I'm like, I don't want slightly better.
Slightly better for 20 Omicrons is not enough.
Yeah, it's huge.
So where I'm coming from, Scribe, is like, think of the original TB Omicrons. We're talking about like Finn. We're talking about like Kyle Katarn, like
Finn's
that
was really good, though,
sort
wasn't
of
it?
shit.
I never did.
But the point of those Omicrons was that you didn't need a galactic legend. You could like go and take this squad that you had lying around, and elevate them to actually like have them useful for clearing some waves. And it felt like you had a great investment from that one freaking Omicron. Oh my god, I can get a 4 out of 4 on this goddamn combat mission and actually make things matter. But back when they had 4 waves, but that's when they had 4 waves. But when combat missions actually fucking mattered. But combat missions, they barely matter anymore. So it
at the
feels,
at the top end, they do kind of matter, unfortunately. Like not every
if you're
phase,
on the edge,
but
it only matters
Yeah.
if you're on the edge. Like some of them, like some phases, it could not matter less. It's just like deploys and whatever. Some phases you need like half
and
of them.
operations.
Some
let's
phases,
be honest,
it's all about the operations. Like they've shifted the focus away from the battles and much more towards just getting characters to relics. So it's a completely different theory of TBs as opposed to the old light side Geo. So it's like it's a completely different animal now.
The problem that we ran into with the new format of TB is the fact that they've been adding planets to the game, which has added the available number of CMs per phase.
Yes.
Like
so
when you have 4 planets
and
available at
operations
this
as well,
stage,
so you're losing units and increasing the number of teams you need.
Yeah, that was the original purpose of Rolo and the Phenomi's was to replace
Rolo,
the
that
need
was the other fun one. Yes.
for CLS and being able to run a resistance team without having Ray. And so that was the whole purpose of them. But now it's just like getting me to do like 4 CM or like 3 to 4 CMs per planet plus a couple special missions. I mean, when you're doing like a dozen battles in a phase, it's just not fun. And so it's like at this junction, if you're going to keep the TB structure the same that it is, then I want convenience out of my TB Omicrons, not
I think they've completely fucked up the structure of the PV of the TB.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Completely
at this junction, if you're going to keep things the way that they are, I want Omicrons for PvE modes to be the easy button. I just want to win. I don't mind helping my guild out if that's the investment I have to make to just go in and press auto, and so I can lazily just press auto while I do anything else for 20 minutes. Then I'm fine with it. But that's the thing is like it's just where we have progressed in this game. I want
just as a side note, I don't do TB Omis. I've got one. I've got Omega. I've got Omega because I was forced to. Okay.
Yes.
Not by choice. Yes.
Not by choice. However, I was recording footage for Omega, full Bad Batch teams, and in TB, I took them all to R7 for this as well, which is painful because I wanted to see if Omega with her Omicron can beat the special mission on Zepho without the need to use like C-Rex, right? Just full Bad Batch. Turns out she fucking destroys that special mission. Like, oh my god. I got 2 uses of the global modifier ability. You know, the weird thingy?
Yeah.
By the end of it. Because she just kills things. Like, her basic does like 150k every time. You just go, boom, just like 5 instances of damage, 30
Hey, you remember that high single fire target damage that we were talking about?
Turns
when we released their kit?
That's true with the Relic 9. The Relic 9
Omicron NTB, yes.
So like she still I failed to get 2 out of 2 in phase 2, but it was full auto, no remodding, just didn't even retarget, nothing, just hit full auto. She got the one wave and then it fell apart, but everything else was actually a piece of piss. And that is, that's okay, but it's still not enough to want me to do that. If they halved the cost, like Karth was saying earlier, if they halved the cost, 10 Omis for a TB Omi, I would be more inclined to apply them.
Yeah.
Because right now at 20 Omis, I'm like, you're asking me to sacrifice my PvP performance for PvE, and TB rewards are shit.
Yeah, and if the battles mattered more, then maybe you could convince me. But with how little they matter most of the time, again, I will concede there are some phases where you absolutely need the battles to get the points, to get through, absolutely, without a fucking doubt, 100%. But the battles matter so little for the most part that it's like it feels like such a big ask for 20 Omicrons. If it was 10,
huge.
I'm with you.
Oh,
if it was 10,
10 would make it a lot more
palatable.
I'll be honest. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, but for PvE in general, PvE in general should be 10.
I would argue that Conquest and fucking GC Omi should be 5. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. Make swords one Omi.
They
Get
do
one
help
Omi.
some people with like lower accounts and whatnot who don't want to like follow all the cheeses and don't want to watch all of the wonderful videos that Scribe Gaming puts out for all of the conquests and whatnot.
I
thing of it is,
have
though,
so many people in the chat going, the Padawan Obi-Wan Omicron has saved me so many
But
turns.
this is the thing. This is the thing. Roll it back to this
Obi-Wan.
point. Is for a God-given fact that people who do not spend on this game are just now finally getting to a 7-star Padawan Obi-Wan where they might finally consider putting on the Omicron.
I feel like I should start a free-to-play account just to rush Master Qui-Gon Jinn and Padawan Obi-Wan and get them to like Relic 7 in 3 months. I think
Relic
that's
9.
possible. Oh, Relic 9. Well, no, Relic 9 in 3 months wouldn't be possible, I don't think.
It's possible.
Just
No, it's
wail
100%
harder.
possible. You just need to be in a 600 million G plus guild, but they don't give a crap that all you do is your 600.
So
Exactly.
So
Just get
all
carried hard.
the end game guilds out here that are listening, I'm starting a new alt account. So my main account needs a new home. No. So my alt account needs to be able to free ride in a end game guild. So
I
can
am
get top-end
sure
rewards.
Ma Chromium would love to have a ticket
More
alt.
Chromium.
Yeah.
I know some people in More Chromium. Maybe they'll let me in through the back door.
As long as you give them a tick on the way in.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They'd want me to sign up for TW and everything, so
Well, you would need to get the droid
nerve.
brains.
I would.
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
you
Them to win.
would.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Place
I'm saying.
everything
Though.
place everything on defense.
Yeah.
No, I think their
He has-
instructions
no,
would be,
but he-
don't place anything on defense.
No, but you'll have to because you need 30.
You need
You need 50
points.
You need 50 banners to get
need
in
banners.
rewards.
I would need, yeah, okay, it would be like back wall. I would set 3 teams. It would be, what would it be? It would be my bounty hunters because I would be gearing executor because, punishing one is
Alright.
so fucking good.
Yeah, punishing one, obviously.
And it would be C and that would be it. Clone Wars Chewie, level 50, gear 4. He would be there. So yeah, make it happen, guys. Just slide into my DMs. New account. I need a sugar daddy.
I mean, you didn't say free to play, so we can get a little.
No, it would have to be
Straight
free to
away.
play because people only
Oh.
want to see free to play content. So
All right,
Apparently.
so
Yeah.
free to
I mean, that's
play
sort of
for
like-
you.
I say that's sort of like free to play with like a big old asterisk next to it. It's
I
like,
never-
free to play
like
ish.
kinda.
Yeah, free to play, but I got gifted like 10 or 12 vaults, so don't worry about that.
I genuinely feel like if I had an open account that was free to play and I was in a guild, that there would be somebody out of spite that would gift like a Lightspeed bundle or something to the account. And I'd be like, guys, I can't call this free to play anymore.
I mean, it is free. You did not spend any money on it.
It's free to me to
whatsoever.
play.
Exactly.
Do you
Free
need
for
to
me to
actually? Do you need to actually accept the gift bundle? Like, can you deny it? I've never been gifted
don't
a bundle
know.
before, so
I
I don't
think
think
the
there's
only-
a
I don't think you
button
can deny it.
I think the only option is to accept.
Yeah, you
when
just click
it
the
comes
accept
up in your
button and you got it.
inventory.
there. What if
You
just
could.
force
I think you
close?
can. I think if you just leave the mail alone, it should allow you.
Can
to.
you like
Yeah,
force?
but-
Can you force close and then ignore it forever?
It's just it's like a mailbox item. So I think if you never, maybe it's got a
Oh no,
a
my
decay.
OCD would kill me.
Yeah, you'd have a notification in your
A
inbox forever.
permanent number one. No, I'm done. No, I'd quit.
Is
rather
free
than
to
have a
play in
permanent number
600 million guild. Well,
Start a new
I'm
account.
Ali Reza. I'm in a 647 mil GP guild, and there is at least one officer in our guild that's free to play, but he's been playing since the game launched. So
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Evo in our guild is free to play, completely free to play forever, and he's
I
Well,
I
free for
believe
him to
is-
play.
Is
Free for him
Calvin
to
Awesome
play.
stuff? Is Calvin Awesome stuff free to play?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe Calvin still hasn't spent any money because he saved up like 40k plus crystals to
he's-
whale on Gungans.
And he's competing in Caliber 1. So
He is. He's the most success. There's a reason why when I did a video about something. Oh, I think it was my mod video. I asked him to do a bit where I claimed to be the greatest free to play player ever before I started whaling, and I had Calvin record a bit where he just goes, actually, Scribe, if you look at the details, because, you know, let's be fair, he's definitely a more successful free-to-play
To be fair, when
player.
I heard that, it was audio only the first time, and I thought it was Cubs on the
Oh my
video.
god, if
And I was
I could
like,
get Cubs to
and
do
I was
an
like,
appearance-
there's no way.
I would love
That
it
was
if I could get Cubs to record a bit. That would be great. I should reach out to him.
I just heard the audio, and it was like in my head. I was like, "Is that Cubs?" And I pulled up the screen. I'm like, "Oh no, that's Cubs."
Yeah, there you go. Revan's free to play, and he's 645 mil. There you go. As in the guild is, not him, obviously.
Yeah, if that was one account that big, ooh,
It's a hell of an account.
Ma Chromium would be just hunting
Yo.
you down endlessly.
Yeah, everything is Relic 12.
They would finally be able to max out Lightside Geo.
Yeah.
Just then.
We're almost there.
Deploy.
We're almost there. In another 15 ships, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's still
Punishing one
funny
take us,
that,
actually?
you know,
The
that's
punishing one
still
brought
a
us
thing.
about another 80K. But when I think last time I did the math,
So
was
80K
when the-
times 50. So that's what, 4 million?
last time I did the math is that for Lightside TB, the average player needed to have an
I've had too
additional.
much to drink. Leave me alone. Sorry, what's
The
up?
average player. Last time I did the math, the average player needed to have an additional 1.8 million GP in just fleet GP in
Okay.
order to have enough GP to deploy that zone to max stars. And so we've had 2 ships since then, which have added basically another like 150K. So we've got a ways to go.
Okay. So,
A long ways to go.
yeah. Definitely got to keep that going for a little bit then.
Yeah, we're like 2 more meta
Yeah.
fleets out. Because like with the
That's insane.
Leviathan added about 425K, depending on the relic level of your pilots when it came through, between all the ships and the capital
but
ship.
all the ships that were added and
Yeah.
everything. Okay.
But so we would need about 2
Damn.
more, to get there.
Oh my god.
Because that's the thing
Crazy.
is that to max that zone, you can only use fleet GP, so you don't have any other options than to just have more ships. In the game.
that's it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's you got to get the obviously completing the missions actually matters and does get you a good amount. But even if you get 50 out of 50, you still need just
Yep.
a shitload of deployment GP.
Yep.
Which was a
just-
really weird choice. They've gone for the opposite choice with this round of TB, with it
Scribe,
being
they were future proofing.
they've future-proofed this one as well with just like an unrealistic. Not everybody has got their entire roster Relic 9'd. There's like 4 people in the game right now, right?
Yeah.
That have got full R9 rosters. So not even more Chromium.
Something like that.
Yeah, I believe there is like a handful now, because that second time that Relic 9 pack, giftable pack came out, I know quite a few more people took advantage of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oof.
Oh yeah, I mean endless R9s. I mean these accounts already have everything at R8.
Oh, like that
yeah.
guy I faced last week.
Yeah, so they're literally just buying the next upgrade for all the characters they want. So for them, they're
Yeah.
like, well,
If the only
I
holdup
can-
was access, then yeah.
yeah, the only holdup for them is access. I mean, they're willing to drop I mean, there is no limit into which they won't spend. And so if I was in the same boat, I would have done it myself, to be honest with you. If I had the 12 grand to blow with no consequences, I would have just taken the entire account to R9.
You could, Karth, but you might not have a wife anymore.
I would definitely be sleeping in the guest room for a while. That's a fact. And I
There are
probably
smarter
couldn't
choices.
challenge anything that she bought for a few years.
And realistically speaking, Karth, for that level of money, you know, we could have live tribe talks in the flesh instead, and that would be way cooler. You know, we could all meet up in a hotel in Vegas.
But that's
and we
only
could have a live
happens
tribe.
once. I'd have the R9 account
I would have
forever.
R9 forever.
But that's the thing too. Is like
you make a good point. Yeah.
the only thing that would upset me, like it would have been fun to do like the first time they did it, because you could take advantage of that R9 for so long. But now it's like you're on the verge of like this R10 drop, and I just wasted 10 grand. They're gonna discount heavily.
Oh my god! Yeah,
like,
right.
It feels
3
like
months.
it feels all of a sudden like it's coming sooner. Like next
I
year
don't
almost
know.
feels like the R10 year.
I don't think that they go past R9. I can't see a legitimate reason for them to.
What
to
about
push
my
it.
OCD?
Fair.
Is that?
But I mean,
you
like,
can't stop at 9.
I would find it actually quite interesting if the next progression was one of two things, which is either A, we go to gear 14, or B, we do level 90.
Oh god, neither of these are good things.
Neither are good, but like I feel like relics, while
I would
they were an
take
interesting thing for them,
gear 14 over level 90. Why is my camera gone?
just because the sheer number of credits you would need like half
no
a billion
memory
credits.
card.
It's
You would need
absolutely
to-
true. There is no memory card inside my camera.
You would need like 500 million credits, I think, to do an entire roster.
It's not
to-
focusing on my face. Camera, focus on me. Why is it? Why is my camera drunk?
I don't know.
Focus, stupid camera. Look at my face. There we go. I think we're okay again.
Perfect.
Yeah, I
Did it
think
find
Indy
you?
accidentally
Okay.
knocked the USB cable to my camera and it disconnected. So,
That'll happen.
I mean, this is very important for a podcast. Carthrick, I don't mean to be that guy, but weren't you supposed to disappear for a dump 13 minutes ago?
Supposed to. It hasn't hit yet, so.
Oh, okay. It's still brewing. That's
I've got a
fine.
little time.
It's not like we need you to go or anything. I'm worried about you. I want to make sure that you are on time. Did you just soil yourself?
A little. Unrelated.
Unrelated. Nobody can confirm nor deny. Oh, Indy kitten. She's a good girl.
But yeah, there's yeah. It's gonna be crazy to see what they do to fill that GP gap.
Like the whole R10 thing. I feel like it should happen at some point.
It should, but
yeah.
the problem they painted themselves into was R9. R9 became the problem that they can't now unsolve, because R9 was meant for tanks, right? That was the original intention of the progression system for most other characters, unless their kit has something that specifically correlates to relic levels, or they are happen to get the tag where they get a little bit more out of that, like special damage attackers or attackers that like having the protection from that upgrade. There is almost no reason to do it. And so at this junction, you're going to force players to unnecessarily love R9 a character just to get to the R10 level, the next thing for it. So
It's just sort of a given. But, you know, we are expecting Relic 10 to come out eventually. You know, there was a few hints that had been dropped with stuff like our buddy Scribe can tell us firsthand all about Omega's cron over there, which specifies a maximum of 10 relic levels, for that ability. So there's definitely some precedent, some breadcrumbs or whatever that they've dropped, hinting at a Relic 10 coming out eventually. So I'm sure it'll happen at some point in time. But
it feels as well with, like, in particular with the new assault battle for Duel of Fates, it feels like that's the first big push that they've made that directly addresses trying to help people get to Relic 9.
Yeah, there's such little engagement with Relic 9.
keypads and it's droid brains thing. And, it's like it's nothing else has ever, where you've made the investment, you get the investment back over time. I'm not saying now is the right time, but if they do another one for mercenaries, and maybe it's as dumb as they release a assault battle that is Balin Skull, Marok, and Shin Hoti, and you get the same sort of rewards as Duel of Fates. It's just those three mercenaries on Peridia doing some bullshit. And you can get like similar rewards to Duel of Fates that gives you good keypads and droid brains and signal data and all that sort of business. Maybe if they keep on doing that sort of thing, then Relic 9 becomes slowly more accessible to people.
because that's really the biggest thing. Like Karth was saying, like Relic 9 is built for tanks and whatnot, and there's still such little actual engagement with Relic 9 aside from apart from like requirements for for ships or for GLs or whatever. So it feels kind of weird to even go to Relic 10 right now, just because there's such little actual Relic 9 engagement. People are saying in chat that like barely Relic 9 anything. We're sort of the outliers over here with having a lot of characters at Relic 9.
Yeah, the only people that are engaging in Relic 9 consistently are guilds that are pushing for those R9 planets inside of TB, and that's out of necessity, not out of need. So I feel like that's the unfortunate part of what they've done with Relics, is there's just no need to engage with that. Because again, we've talked about this 1,000 times on this podcast, is TB rewards are absolutely shit for the level of investment required for them. So it's one of those things where it's like, I totally get where they're coming from, but they give you no real reason to do it. And I mean, and that's the thing, is that they go to R10 and it's not like they don't really ease up R9 as a bottleneck for a lot of players. I feel like it's just going to be one of those things that unless CG requires R10 for something for an unlock, no one's going to.
Well, they will, of course. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Their options right now are to gradually keep on creeping the requirements for new unlocks to be more and more Relic 9s, or instead of there being like 4 Relic 9s, it's 1 Relic 10, 2 Relic 9s, 3 Relic 8s. You know, like things are getting more expensive, not cheaper.
Yeah.
And I don't see
Swingoflation! Swingoflation!
Exactly.
That's the way it will go, but that's just the problem, is that's what happened with R9 when they introduced it. Is people were engaging with R8 because it benefited so many characters, but R9 was just like, well, it's tanks or GLs. Like CG's been getting better about this.
They wanted to rebalance things.
Yeah, they're getting better. Honest to God, it's one of those things that CG is going to have to do on all of their characters at some point to make the Relic, and if they want to keep going with Relics, to make Relics worth their players' time, and that is literally put a unique that is the same as the Galactic Legend unique, that they get a % boost on their stats for every Relic level that they have. And that's, I mean, because otherwise there's just no point.
And it's not even, it's not even just like you'll get a Relic boost for your Relic levels. It's usually like for all your allies as well. Like if your ally dies, you gain a percentile of mastery equal to 10 times their Relic level, or whatever it happens to be. You see a lot of that. You see it in Bane's kit, for example.
Yeah, they've been doing that as of late with newer characters, because Morgan Elspeth has that in her kit, and then Afra had that in her kit, and a couple other. There are characters that do have that, but they're so few and far between. And the problem is that when they started doing these things, you're so far behind from everybody else that it's like, unless you implement new leaders of all these other teams that then go and give you that mechanic and their leadership, there's just no reason to really invest into it. Like there's just, most of your teams do not benefit from having high relics besides the little extra damage, which again, with datacrons make up the difference 99% of the time. So it's like, I get where people coming from, but if I have a datacron that has 100% offense, it doesn't matter that my spirit's only R7. He's gonna dunk all over your.
Maybe that's the next step with datacrons. Datacrons will be like, oh, this character gets 1% speed per relic level.
Oh God.
I mean,
you want to watch people spend endless money on datacrons. Give turn meter speed is one of the things that they've modified.
Well, they've done Terminator before.
But it's been
invested crazy in those. Those were some of the first ones.
What was it? Was it like a level 3? All light side allies gain 15% turn meter at the start of battle. It was like, okay. Speed mods don't matter anymore.
Amazing. Oh, okay. I just go first against.
That was like set 2 or 3 in the game. They've
that was the one where you had
all the TM gains now come from using specials. Like
the original one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Wolf.
Sorry, I was saying that the original one was the one where you had like Shock T, who had like the crazy speed gains over there, and she would like go and cleanse an M Trooper team, so they could go and like
that was
punch
great.
down Lord Vader.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a look at nostalgia.
That was a cool counter, man. I enjoyed that. Watching Punchbot beat Darth Vader, Lord Vader,
yeah.
into the ground before he got to really take a turn. It was awesome. He would do his crush. Everybody would be dazed, and Shaq T would be like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" Everybody's out of daze, and then Imps do what Imps do and TM roll everything. It was good times.
It was a beautiful thing.
It was.
Sorry, Garth. I had a crazy nostalgia.
No,
fest.
no,
I was
you're
like, oh
fine.
man.
I remember specifically modding for that because you had to have your Shaq T be faster than your Piet plus 20.
Yeah,
So-
it was like she had to go right before him, and like with the whole like 20% and everything. So it was a lot going on over there, but that was a good one.
It was a good time.
There was some very fun counters that we used to have from the datacrons and whatnot. Like there was I don't even know where to even start with that, because there are so many counters that we have just had over the years that have like phased out and like come and gone and whatnot, and like another one revives again. I was like, oh, Afra has her Chron again! Yay, she can kill things! Woo!
Lord Vader is
technically-
gaining bonus protection from dots. Boba Fett's gonna rocket him in the
Yay!
face.
Technically speaking,
right?
Afra can still beat things. She just needs to have B2 with her. And then you need good RNG with that still too, that's the shitty part.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could solve Afra's problem relatively easily with a new marquee. Like that's the thing that I don't understand with that, is that like how some teams just get straight up abandoned by the developmental cycle of the game, where it's just like Afra's team would
Looking at you, Tarful.
Yeah.
Tarful got abandoned before he had a time to even shine.
He had a datacron.
He did,
That
and then
make
it
him
went away.
Obnoxious. And then that was it. Once that dropped, he was just dead in the
When
water.
is the
And that's-
last time you either saw or used Tarful?
I
Outside of
have
I
TB.
used him. God damn it!
I have
I use him every TB for the
I have
special
Tarful
mission,
on
motherfucker.
defense
Once every
currently.
2 weeks.
I have Tarful on defense currently.
Do you?
Yeah.
I used Tarful a few weeks ago. I think it was last week, a few weeks ago. I don't know. I was facing a Ray team with the Nestcron and all the bullshit, and I killed
that
everyone
sucks.
but Nest. So I was like, what am I gonna do to clean up this fucking nest? Tarful! Wookiees! And they one-shot her, and it was beautiful, and it was fantastic, and they cleaned up a nest. So I will say
And
that
you're
they
like-
accomplished something.
And now you go back into your hole of shame.
And back to the bench.
I'll see you in the next 12 months.
Yeah,
My Tarful is still gear
This
12.
was fun.
He's never getting
They
invested.
it's one of those things where like they tried really hard to make a team for it to work, but then it's like the majority of teams in this game they live and breathe in GAC, and if they don't do anything in GAC, they just get shelved forever.
Pretty
And
much.
like Tarful having a TW Omicron, which is a fun TW Omicron. I won't disagree with that, but it's like
I've heard good things.
in the day and age of where we are right now with the defensive board, is like it doesn't do anything meaningfully against
If we can't get people to buy into the Dad Bod Boda TW Crons, nobody's going to buy into the Tarful TW Omicron.
well, I always like how
Cron's pretty good.
I won't disagree with you. It is solid, but the problem is like it's one thing it was supposed to do, which was to beat GLs, some of them, and then it's just like, but then datacrons come up and go like, yeah, but wouldn't it be weird if you couldn't interact with that mechanic? Like, yeah, I would. And they're like, oh, cool. Well, there's the datacron that has that mechanic. You're like, oh shit.
Wouldn't it
It's
be
like-
great if Datacrons did whatever you need to do, but so much better?
Did you ever go against 100% protection protection cron on a JML and he just one taps one of your bounty hunters on the first turn? You're like, oh yeah, this was fun.
Good times.
I've now lost a character. Yes, I shall now succeed where I was going to not gonna. So yeah,
There you go. Perfect.
It's hard for the TW Amis as well, because if they're not overpowered, they don't get touched.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that like obviously, and most of the player base just does not want to fuck with TW, like not heavily.
Well, again, it's one of those things. ROI is awful all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
CG, give us more. If you add like 25 of each signal data to the winner of TW, people will play TW. It would still be a
That's
boring game.
interesting,
mode.
actually. Put more signal
mean-
data in TW.
I was hearing that somebody was talking
Signal
about
data is the
converting
stretch.
TW to a like a 5-day event, and then changing the game mode to be like longer drawn out phases, but you have
Oh
way
yeah,
more
we've
time
talked
to
about it for a
attack.
while now. Like
Yeah.
that's the biggest fucking problem, that people like can't show up in the first 24 hours or whatever to like get shit done. You know, like sit there waiting for forever to like bust down walls and whatnot. Like they said in chat, you see 50 JMKs, 50 Rays,
Well,
50
I mean,
nice
it's not
sisters
like
or whatever
it's-
bullshit.
It's not like it's unheard of. Do you know what I mean? TB lasts a week.
Yeah,
Well, exactly.
Why can't attack phase last a week?
like rework TW and make it once a week sort of thing, and give us some more time, maybe play around with things a little bit. We've been asking for a TW rework for how fucking long? Give us
Exactly.
something here,
It's
guys.
not
4 years.
changed
4 years.
since
Give
I
us
started
something
playing.
here, man. Jeez.
So,
The one thing that's changed since I started playing is Droid Brains. That's it.
no, I mean, obviously, it has changed. It's gone through iterations, but
Yeah, I know,
fundamentally,
I
it's the same game mode. You know what I
Just
mean?
being-
It's like there are
I'm
more
being-
teams.
Yeah.
Went through a phase where they had, restricted units where certain units were banned. That was fucking awful. They had times where we had crazy buffs, which were nuts, and that's basically datacrons now. So it's we don't need
Yeah.
that.
That was the precursor to datacrons.
Was it Mary J? I think it was MJ. That was like, bring restricted units to GAC. He's like, I love restricted units. Let's get banned units in GAC. I was like,
I will end
fuck
you.
no.
God damn it,
That's
MJ.
terrible. Because it would be
Let
like,
me go, fuck you.
Great Mothers has been released. You can't use Great Mothers. Or it would be,
Yeah,
Great
like, what
Mothers
the-
is
no,
released.
exactly.
Oh, you can't use Morgan Elsbeth. It'd be like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah, you would find people would just abuse the crap out of the system. Anything that was meta, you just ban on both sides.
Yep.
And then that's it. So it's like,
I mean, I think there are games where they have that system already, where like you choose things to ban from other people, and
yeah,
whatnot.
League of Legends is my
So-
go-to example for that, and it
there is
can work,
precedence, but
yeah.
But
I think
it
the
should not
problem
be
is-
in a game mode where people can wail to get characters.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's the biggest thing.
That's
'Cause
the whole
whales
point of
wail to
paying
get-
for the
Exactly.
you're
Whales
paying
pay
for your
to get an
competitive
advantage, or they pay to save themselves time. If you do that, and then you tell the whale they can't use their new shiny toy, or they weaken it to the point that it's not viable, then they're not going to feel great about it. It's just kind of weird.
You're disincentivizing whaling, so
Exactly.
they're never going to do that.
If anything, it should be the opposite way around. Every character that you vote to ban is instead mandatory. You have to use this character. And they're like, well, I don't have
right.
Great Mothers at 7 stars. Well, sorry, kid.
Well, go back yourself.
Yeah, it is a very good job, Vash,
man.
that nobody listens to MJ. That's true. It's a very good job. Because he has some hot takes.
He does, indeed.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I was say there was a few minutes when Indy was just like on the top of the back of your chair.
Yeah.
Karth, I'm sorry. I know you were talking about something. I have no idea what you were saying. I was 100% focused on Indy, just like turning around and like dancing around, and then like he's right over there. I'm just sitting there, like
she
watching
was
Indy,
mounting the
like,
algorithm.
I'm like
She
I
was.
don't know. Yeah, I'm saying like I have no idea what Karth is saying, but Indy is just like prancing
was
the fuck
being a
around
cutie.
up over there.
She was being a cutie patootie. She snuck in here when I went to get my last beer, and she was occupying my chair. I was like, Andy,
She's
you
just
little girl.
she's just sitting on top of the back of his chair.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Should give us some treats. Vasher says we should give her some
Oh,
treats. Indy.
man.
Yes.
Frickin' Indy.
Oh, here she
Yeah.
is. Oh, yes. Oh, she loves the treats. You don't need to run away with the treat, kitten.
Ah,
Ow!
She is.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
I was about to say she's no longer pawing your hand every time she gets a treat, and then I get the delayed screenshot of her doing this.
She's like just biting my fingers off. Indy. Ow! Jesus. Like she doesn't try to
Oh my
eat the
God.
treat. She just tries to eat my entire hand. Ow! Okay,
Put it
that's
all in
enough.
my mouth right now. That's all you gotta do.
All the way in, right to the back. Damn. She does not mess around. Good girl, Indy. Oh, she's a clever girl. Okay, so do we have other things to discuss? What's happening with tribes?
There's no questions today.
Oh, good. Ow!
Do we have no tribe talks questions?
No
Nope.
talking of the tribes today. Or at least no questions. I went round and purged it after last week's. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have Tribe Talks questions, make sure you go over to my Discord channel and leave them in there so that we can respond and talk about exclusively Galaxy of Heroes stuff without any delays. Ow, Indy. Why does my treat taste like human flesh, says Indy. Yes, she does like to just bite the hand that feeds, quite literally. Yeah. She's a good girl. I swear she turns into a different beast. You saw her earlier. She was all loving and kind and rubbing up against me, and now she just wants to eat my entire hand. But there we go. That's the way it is. Okay, cool. It's been a jolly good show of Tribe Talks. I may well just go ahead and do GAC now. I'm not sure. So we will see. We will see. We might do GAC. So Wolfie and Carthrick, thank you so much for joining me. Are we on for next weekend, gentlemen?
I should think so.
Next weekend, I should be available then.
That sounds like a solid yes to me. That sounds like a
I don't think I have anything until the 10th of November. So the next 2 weekends, I should be next 2 weekends.
So next weekend we can talk about Balin's Skull.
Hopefully.
All right.
I'm confident.
Really hoping he comes in on Friday.
Hold on, real quick. Everyone here is Balin's Skull ready?
Yep.
Okay.
We're all ready. We're going to do a 3-way stream of unlocking Balin's Skull.
Oh, baby. You know what they say. It ain't gay in a 3-way.
It ain't gay in a 3-way. That's the title of this episode. Good times, good times.
All
right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to start up my GAC now, so stay live if you want to see GAC, I guess, but and don't feel like you need to chill in the chat. And we'll see you all very soon, I guess. Peace out and big love, y'all.
Fucking A.
Da-da-da-da. All right, let me get a little bit of that music going, ladies and gentlemen. The tribe. I think we'll do some GAC. We don't normally do this after Tribe Talks, but I figured why not today? Why not today? So long as the lightsabers don't touch. I mean, that's true, Vash. That's very true. That's very true. That was a good episode, I thought. I enjoyed that one. Not even close. Well, I mean, they were talking. Wolfie was talking about me, Karth, and himself here, because we're obviously going to wail pretty hard for these things, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna jump right over into GAC, I think, guys. Thing is if I don't do the GAC now, I'll have to compete with Arnold, and competing with Arnold is never a good time because you know. He's rather popular. But before we really do much of anything with GAC, I suppose we should probably grab ourselves another brewski just to keep ourselves going. Having a look first and foremost, we've got Gungan's double Omni on the Jar Jar with a support cron. We've got Bella and Kek over here with a Barris cron. We've got Qui-Gon with an ETH con. We've got Trench with a Trench cron. Check my inbox. Oh, Karth, why did you buy me crystals? What's this for? Oh shit! See if you can refuse. All right. There was nothing to refuse. I might have been a little bit trigger happy. I'm pretty sure I could only claim. Maybe you should try it again with a vault just in case, and we'll check. We'll check, Garth, okay? Now we know. Now we know. Sorry, Garth. But thank you for the crystals. I appreciate that. That was a slight faux pas, I think. You put a video of Omi Marok in the Discord. It destroyed the Reaver mission. 500k damage. Nice, Draken Zapdos. Love it. Treats for Scribble. Yep. The only way to refuse is to just leave it in the inbox. Yeah. But I wonder, Karth, if you just leave it in the inbox, you're not going to get the money back. So does it sit there indefinitely? If you let it expire, does it disappear? Do you get your money back? Weird, right? I could not refuse. No, I could not refuse 2,800 crystals. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, guys. All right, so we've got a hang on. 347% defense. This is what tripped us up last round, was the guy had 290% defense. 347% defense on Leia. 347%. Shit. What am I going to do against that? How much? Indeed, heavy. Indeed. How much? And we've got rabies over here. Then we've got Adrad, K2S Okron. We've got Jabba with an attack again, Kron. Definitely need a drink before we start this one. Andy, are you okay, my girl? You okay? Yeah. All right, grab and drink. We'll be back in a sec. All right. Back in business. Back in business. So we're gonna have to come up with a plan of action here, Chibe. Definitely gonna have to come up with a plan of action here, because we've got Leia with crazy defense. Crazy defense. What do I need against that? We've got Rey, which we could probably Ufu. Adrad, not even sure. Jabba. Could we Jabba? Oh, we could Imperial Remnant that. We could Imperial Remnant the Jabba. Okay, so I'm thinking Gideon Kron maybe with Night Trooper. Then we have got Gungans. Save Lord Vader for that. We've got Keller and Beck, we could see. We've got Qui-Gon Jinn, we could something. And then we've got Trench, which we could something. Like, the big one is definitely trying to deal with that layer in the south. The big one is the layer in the south. This one over here is the real problem child. So I will take suggestions on a postcard for this. Because she's a nightmare. When you can't hurt her, real big issue. Leia, we've got R9 on Leia and Drogon. Leia and R2, sorry. Drogon. The rest are only R5. But when you've got 350% defense with stacking Tankacron stats, it makes a big difference. 561 speed as well. God, she's not slow. She is not slow. What are people using against her? Mirror matches? I don't think I even have Leia. I don't have Leia for a mirror match, so I can't use that. I don't have JMK. Damn. Wampa. JML Plo? No, Plo's on defense. Now, I can try and Momo it. I can try and multi-tap it. So what was the aftermath of the drunk stream the other night? Missed the end? I don't even know. I don't even know. Ewoks. I'm glad we're all joining together as, like, with the useful suggestions here, not like, you know, we're banding together with terrible suggestions or anything like that. Okay, so we've also got Adrad. Admiral Radis with Jin and Cassian. SRP and K2SO. And it's got, what has it got? It's got, yeah, it's got K2SO level 9. Doesn't have boatloads of defense. So against this, we could Reva, we could Slacker, we could Bo-Katan Mandalore, we could Bane. I feel like I should save Bane because Queen Amidala isn't anyway. That's what I feel like I should be doing. I'm pretty sure I don't have Treya. Yeah, I don't have Treya. Okay, we can see a Malakos it. We can see a Malakos it. It just means I need something different for Rey. There's no we could EP Starkiller the Rey because there's no Nestcron here, so we could standard EP Starkiller this. We could Malakos this. Right? I feel like that's right. EPSK that, Adrad, Sia Malakos. Can I Phoenix the Adrad? I don't know. Is that a team? No, that's not a team. Apparently. Very, very low win rate. Okay. I feel like that's that. I feel like that's kind of the solution. No, we need Lord Vader for Gungans. Kind of feel like that's the solution. So we do a Momo team against this. It's going to lose, but hopefully we can kill enough of this to make it unviable. CLS with attack again, Kron handles Adrad. Is that right, Tren? Is that right, buddy? Yeah. It's got like an 18% win ratio on Thingamabob. I'd rather just sear it. Exactly, Zelda. Bo-Katan Mandalore for the cleanup against Leia. Yeah. Yeah, that's on defense, Opress. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely on defense. All right. So I feel like we've at least got half a plan rolling right now. We've got at least half a plan rolling at the moment. EPSK can sometimes kill it. Well, we're going for Seer. Seer's got a great win rate against it. Seer's got a really solid win rate against it. Really, really good. Okay, so Momo, EPSK, Seer, Imperial Remnant. That's what I'm thinking so far. Up in the north, I think we've got a couple of teams that can solve that. We've got Lord Vader for Gungans, we've got C for Keller and Beck, and then we just need to take out Qui-Gon Jinn and Trench. I feel like we've saved enough GLs. It's just going to come down to this team. I think we start off Starkiller versus Ray. I think we start off Starkiller versus Ray. That's what I'm feeling right now. Because it's kind of nifty. There's no nest in this. So I feel like Starkiller with an attack again Cron is going to do some solid work. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to use something like you, right? We need a light side and line force user. And we need a Jedi. So we're taking old Ben. We'll take in an attack again, Cron. Preferably something with a boatload of physical damage. Speed up. Lots of damage. Visa's on defense with Ray, I think, Trent. All right, guys, fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, that we can get this first battle down and dusted. We want to leave Visas till last, I believe. Leaving Visas to last is the idea. Yeah, kill her last. All right, let's end it. Come on, baby, let's go. Want to immediately get rid of the crit hit immunity off Ray. Get rid of that inspiration. The double tap is huge. Throw this down. Double tap coming in hot. Has he got shock? He does. I want to stun Ben. Wonderful. All right, come on. We're totally going to trigger DI on her. There we go. Get rid of the buffs. Such good damage. She's got shock. DI over here. If I can spread DI to everybody, that would be amazing. DI. DI. Everybody got DI. Everybody in the club getting DI. She's hit ult as well. That's absolutely fantastic. So she's not going to use Whirlwind. Play the long game. Spread the shocks. Get rid of that. Just a basic. Let's get the shock. Wonderful. It's looking good so far. Everybody gets a DI. You know that's right, Vash. You know that's right, buddy. Everybody got shock? Think everybody's got shock right now. We're obviously going to save the calling down of the Star Destroyer. See if we can stun Ben, though. No such luck on the stun. There's the stun, and we get the shock back. Huge. All right, we just need Ray to drop her ult. We should be fine. Come on, Ray, do your thing, honey. There it goes. All right, let's get rid of those stacks of inspiration. Get her down nice and low. Get the defense up. Get rid of you. He's gonna come back, and that's okay. Get rid of him again. Yeah. Get rid of you. And you. And you. Oh, so painful. Oh, there we go. Perfect. 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 Full banners, baby. Full banners. Nailed it. That is a good start. That's a very good start. All right. Would have been 79 with Ewoks? I don't think that's true. Reread the kit. What, Tommy? What? Why did he come back after Ray was dead? Ah, yeah, no, he does that all the time in GAC. Provided you have the Omicron, of course. Looking at your 12 mil opponent from the Wolves. 8 mil Roston stands... Tren. 8 mil punching up against 12 mil is pretty rough, dude. Sorry to hear that, brother. Your problem is he has Gungans, Queen Amidala, and Reaver in the front wall, and my answer for all of them is my one Bane. Oh. Oh. No, I have Jedi for Gungans. Queen Amidala, I get. But can you not like Sith Empire the Reaver? Okay. Good. Good. So we've done one counter so far. We can see a Malicos this. I think we go in with the Imperial Remnant over here. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling Imperial Remnant. We've done this a couple of times. And each time we've tried this, it's worked out pretty well. You know, with the Gideon Cron, against Jabba the Hutt, having some solid support units like that Enoch and like that, you know, Night Trooper over there, tends to work out quite well. So, let's go for it. He doesn't have the support Cron, so we don't have the buff immunity either. That makes things even easier, I feel. So I'll get the big hits. Lovely. Let's go ahead and dispel. Let's call in Thrawn. Bring him in. All of the good stuff. All of the good stuff. Here we go. Beam, 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 beam. Wonderful. Beautiful. We don't have any stacks, so I'm just going to basic. I'm going to force that taunt right now. Pum, 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 pum. We've got to get that AoE damage going. Look at the damage coming out right now. It's pretty hot. That is coming in pretty damn hot right now. Pass it across. 4 stacks. We've got 4 stacks of that blight. AoEs. Oh, baby. This is looking sexy right now. This is looking sexy. So sexy. Auto. Nice. We're gacking harder than last time, Bazinga. I've decided. I was feeling pretty chipper because we ended Tribe Talks a little bit early. About an hour early. I felt we'd do some gacking. We'd do some gacking while we're at it. You know what I mean? Is this counted because of the Cron? Yes, Ilya. Definitely. This is the Moff Gideon Cron doing most of the heavy lifting there. Okay. I feel we need to whip out the Momo. Now, this team is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. It's ridiculous. It's got 350% defense. We are not going to be hurting this team very much. We're not going to be doing a lot of damage to this team. That's just straight up. Now, I'm going to be using the Powcron over here. We're going to get some additional stats. Normally, you could beat this layer team relatively easily, but with 350% defense, or 347.17, it's going to be very hard. All right? So, yeah, we went against this with a 290% defense Cron before, and it ate 7 teams. Let's try it. Always makes me nervous. Ooh, and it makes me nervous. All right, let's get it. Got to try and focus on that layer. We got to kill her as quickly as possible. All the time. All the time, lots of wine. We got the shock on old Ben, that's kind of useful too. This was happening before. Why are we not cleansing or dispelling on Ben? Aren't we supposed to dispel on a basic? Alright, we're okay. Come on. Come on. We have to chew through this layer, but she is just so chunky. Always over here. Oh, yeah, of course. The Tankron does do the... It constantly reapplies the taunt, doesn't it? Sorry, I forgot about that. So she's about to ult is the big issue. Look, we can't even chew through her protection. Look at it. We just now chewed through the protection. She's gaining it back all the time, obviously. She's going to ult in a second, and it's not going to be pretty. We are not gaining enough turn meter. Come on. Hey, what's going on, Ruler 2? If I can kill Leia, please let me kill Leia. I don't think we're going to kill Leia. Look at her. So close, yet so far. But when she hits that ult... When she hits that ult, it's game over. Fuck! See what I mean? So if it wasn't for the 350% defense, that would have been a win. Because we would have killed Leia like 2 minutes ago. But 350% defense on this team is an absolute fucking ball ache, guys. It's an absolute ball ache. God damn it, guys. I mean, there's a couple of reasons why this datacron in particular is a nightmare. Okay? 1, 350% defense. That's ridiculous on a Leia team. 2, having a GL stack 20% of their max health as protection at the start of her turn, every turn. That just makes her so unbearably tanky. And then she loses her protection. She gains 100 of it back and gains 50% max protection. Do you know what I mean? Like, this should never apply to a GL. Like, that should exclude GLs because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. Okay, what I might do is Inquisitorious this. Now, I don't expect for us to be able to do a clear. I'm just hoping that what we can do is get rid of some units. If we can get rid of some units, then we can clean it up with like Slacker. But this is it's just a ridiculous team, guys. Slacker Armorer does not have a good win ratio against this King Illusion. Unfortunately. I wish it did. Believe you me, I wish it did, but it doesn't. Why is it not? Oh. Yeah, Slacker does not have a good win ratio against this at all. Less than 50% on every comp that I'm looking at. So. Like I know what you're saying, King of Losing, but unfortunately your information is anecdotal. Because if I'm looking at SWGoH and every single comp is less than 50% win ratio with Slacker and Armor, 47%, 26%, 23%, 18%. It's not like the overall is a 37.42% win ratio. I'd rather do this and try to guarantee we get rid of Drogon. And then use Slacker. I don't want to go in with Slacker and lose entirely, which is what has been happening recently. So I'm just going to go in with this and hope for the best. We just need him to cleanse so that he gets Deathmark. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, Zelda. Okay, we've got some Deathmarks. Hopefully we can get rid of Baze. Still waiting for him to get Deathmark. No. That's not the agreement. There we go. It's one down. No, leave. For fuck's sake, man. It becomes such a ball ache when they do that. Okay, R2D2. Oh, no, Drogon's got it. That's the big one. Okay, good. He's got DIs. There's no point going after him. Okay, so this should be clean-upable with Slacker now, which is the good thing. Is he still in DI? He is. Okay, great. I was really hoping we could get rid of R2 there. Alright. That'll do. That'll do. He did, Malev. He did. Okay, so we'll take him first order now. This is what's ridiculous about this team and this datacron, man. Usually end up using Slacker armor with GBA, but it depends on the comp. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it really does. Like, this is the problem with datacrons in general, I feel, is that it just gets a little bit fucking nutty. When you've got 350% defense, like, what are you supposed to do against that? Exactly. It's ungodly levels of defense. No, let's just actually go all in. Yeah, screw it. All right, poke him. Swipe him. The problem being, oh my god. Yeah, we got to ult here. We have to ult here. Because she's about to. There you go. Yep. You see what I mean about this cron? Even Slacker's swipe at this point isn't enough to deal significant damage against an R5 Ben. There we go. Alright. We should be able to clean up from here, but all the same, how unrealistically difficult is this? How unrealistically difficult is this? Why is it so hard for Slacker to actually take down a layer like this? Holy crap. It's just... It's crazy. Oh, yeah, don't worry. She's lost some of her stuff, but she's gained 50% extra protection. All right, good. I'm actually a little bit too worried to go into ult now. I want to wait for her to gain more ult meter, which is really dumb. All right, we got him. Stupid, man. It's dumb that a GL is that tanky. You know what I mean? Tanky with the damage output is crazy talk. Okay, Unaligned Force Users is next. We'll take in you, and you, and you. If I got another attacker cron, that would be nice. Let's take in this one. Send it. Just had to finish taking Shin to Relic levels. Fastest I've ever taken a new character Relic. Nice, Cassidy. Congrats. I don't even know what Shin does, so we'll do stuff. I still think focusing on an Adrad is probably the smart thing. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, baby. What the fuck happened to my Malicos? How did K2SO just kill my Malicos? What was that? Guys, seriously, what was that? How did K2SO just kill Malicos? Oh, exposes. Right, okay. Makes sense, but fuck me, dude. Between the two taunts, I don't think I can kill this now. Like, I don't have any damage in this team outside of Fulcrum, and Fulcrum right now has got locked heal immunity. Isn't K2SO supposed to lose taunt every time we deal damage to him as well? Isn't he supposed to lose taunt right about now? I thought he lost taunt whenever he took damage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this surprised the crap out of me. Fuck. Oh, we've got a Malicos team, haven't we? There's no revives. That's okay. Alright, well, I was not expecting that to lose. I was not expecting Malicos to get one-tapped by a counterattack from K2SO of all people. Like, holy crap, dude. Fulcrum hanging in pretty well, but obviously she can't deal enough damage to actually hurt the enemy. Yeah, boop, boop. Look at that, all that protection recovery is crazy, dude. They're regaining like 60% protection. Go on, kill the SRP, please. So close. Yeah, we killed SRP. All right, awesome. I'm happy. Is Fulcrum gonna solo this? Is Fulcrum going to solo, guys? Is Fulcrum going to solo this? I think she could. She's not, and unfortunately, thanks to Jit. Oh my god, Fulcrum! Sweet Slow, it wouldn't have mattered. Fulcrum didn't take a single turn. All of that, every single one of those was counterattacks. She was stunned the whole time. I think. I might be wrong, but what the fuck? This was the plan all along? I think you're right. Alright, we baned this. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous, man. What the hell was that? You thought Solo Fulcrum was a TW Omicron? I know, right? Me too. Me too. Send it. We're just going full send for this. Me too, Duramana. Me too. Okay, let's just basic here. I've taken it against... This was supposed to be against the Queen Amidala team. We are so screwed. We are so screwed, guys. How did I manage to do this exactly? How did I manage to do this? Shit. Okay. Let's figure out what happens here. I don't know what I'm going to do against that Queen Amidala now. I think I might have screwed myself. I think I may have screwed myself. Because if Nihilus gets his Annihilate off, we're dead. Okay, we got him. But I don't know what I use against Queen Amidala now. Like... I might be able to use the Sorty Droids comp. Maybe. But there's no guarantees there. Support Cron. Tech is really slow. Echo is really fast. How fast is Queen Amidala? Not fast enough. We might be able to sortie this. We might be able to sortie this. Not you. I mean, yes, you, but not yet. We might still be able to do this. Sorticron. Wait a minute. Hang on. There's no Master Qui-Gon. I think Sorticron should be fine. Yeah, rule of two. You're absolutely right. There's no Qui-Gon Jinn. That's really bizarre. Let's send it. Where on earth did he put that Master Qui-Gon Jinn? Because that makes no sense. Just throw this business out. They've interrupted. Let's get that advantage. Not quite enough damage. We might be okay still. Oh, yeah, baby. Come on. Huge. All right. Terrible banners. Terrible banners. Terrible banners, but it's still a win. I'm going to leave that team till the end. All right. Okay. So, trench is the big one, right? We've got loads left, is the thing. It was an amount of... Wolfie, it was an amount of banners. That's for sure. It was definitely... It wasn't a good amount of banners. It was not a good amount of banners. Hey, Sweens! Thank you, brother, for the raid. 14 people... Oh, no, sorry, 7 people coming. Thank you kindly. Hope you had a good time at Sweens's. Yeah, so we've got some thinking to do here. Yeah, it's definitely better than a 2-shot. How goes GAC? Not great, Sweens. Not great. We've had better GACs. Definitely had better GACs. Unfortunately, like, as usual, it's the goddamn layer team, man. This layer team over here is a nightmare. 350% defense on a Tankron is just... It's stupid how difficult that team is. It should not be that difficult. Okay. Let's do a little bit of research then. Let's think about trench first. Standard trench team. I'm going to assume that this guy's got bonus turn cron, bonus turn and the support. Yeah. All standard business. Malgus. Malgusy. We're just going to Malgus it. We're just going to Malgusy it. If I've got a nice juicy tank cron with a lot of health, that would be good. Take it and send it. Yeah, Sweens, tell me about it, dude. Tell me about it, brother. Next level, man. Got to get that shock over there. Well, get the shock to stick, and then we can go all in on Wattan Ball. Yay! Got him! No more tech for you, son. If you're having tech problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but something ain't one. Makes sense to me. Yeah, you can go all in on him. I'm okay with that. He's designed to tank the hits. Yeah, sure. Let's get a little bit of that AoE business going on. Don't be rude. I'll suck you off. It always annoys me that Trench loses so much of his max health for protection, because it means that life drain does naff all. But a what ain't one? Not today, it's not. How dare you? Shock him? Wonderful. This is the calling shocking appalling. Thank you so much for the follow there, STX Master. Oh, that was a misclick. Oh, we've nearly got rid of the protection. Nearly there. Still flying half a ship. Trench, stop being so tanky. Good, sir. Yay! Got him. Suck off, Django. Lovely. This is where we win. It's all Pete Tong right now for him. Stun him. Beautiful. Looking pretty. Looking pretty fine right now. Pretty fine. Got him. Alright. A 65. We kind of needed that 65 too. Kind of needed it. I almost feel like Wampa can deal with that Kettler and Beck, you know? Do we feel like Wampa can deal with Kettler and Beck? It's Beck. There's no Cam. There's no Anakin. There's GMY. There's GK. Ayla. And Barris. I feel like we can Wampa this. I'm feeling pretty confident that Wampa can Wamp it. There's Barris and and her datacron, but she'll ramp enough. She's going to ramp max health. Isn't that just going to give her, like, a bunch of dots? I mean, more max health means more damage from dots. I don't know how they kill Wampa. Oh, Wampa ramp enough. Okay, yeah. I feel like Wampa is... I feel like Wampa's got the potential. Let's send it. I have faith in Wampa. In Wampa we trust. I mean, it's a pretty strong showing from Wampa so far. Nearly gotten rid of all of GK's prot. GK's prot is gone. I'm going to auto this. I don't think Ayla's ever going to land a stun, because she's not going to have the things for it. We will have to try and get rid of Barris as soon as possible, of course, because us critting just means we'll never defeat Kenobi. But I'll just try and manually target over to her while Kenobi doesn't have a taunt. Because we're doing 38k, but he's out healing the damage that we're dealing. So we just need to deal enough damage. I mean, look at Barris right now with 8 dots. Oh, she did have heal immunity, but then Keller and Beck cleansed. I still have faith. I still have faith right now. Counterattacks. 48k is still not enough, obviously. Oh, the tenacity up from GMY could be an issue, actually. But we'll see. Need GK to take more turns than he's currently taking. He's taken like 2. That was weird. Go on, get rid of Barris. We need to get rid of Barris. Come on. Come on, Wampa. We're doing 62k now. So it's kind of gone up a little bit, but not quite enough. Could be a timeout. No worries, Burrito. No worries. $72k. Still not enough to actually deal any damage to GK right now. New Wampa versus Sortie? Yeah, except in the Wampa versus Sortie fight, you kill everybody apart from Sortie. In this one, it feels like you don't kill anyone. But we'll see. I'm willing to keep on going with the faith. Come on. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. GK is starting to lose health now. He doesn't have heal but then he got all of the heal over times trigger on him. Come on, Wampa. We are dealing good damage now. Look at it. Look at it. It's working. It's working. It just took like 3.5 minutes. That's all. Wampa just really needed the time to get going. There we go. Got rid of GK. No crit hit immunity no more. No taunting. Barris is about to drop. She's feeling saucy. GMY is going to drop pretty heavily, I feel. Yeah, there we go. When you're dealing 100k plus per hit, it's pretty hard to stay in the green. Ayla's going to take it in the keister as well. Wow, that Barris is incredibly tanky. We'll leave her till last, I feel. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, no, now she's dying. She's starting to die. Yep, she's gone. We just need, we need to... Yeah, we got it. Come on. There's no way you survive this now, Kelleran. 33 seconds left. Come on, Womps. Do it for the max banners, buddy. Do it for the max banners, Wumps. Yes, baby. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Sorry, did you guys doubt the R9 Wumper? For shame. For shame. That was good. Proud of Wumps. Proud of Wumps. We needed that as well. Okay. So we have many solutions, but I feel like we need to try and be as efficient as possible. This team here irks me. Bad Batch destroys what rule? Destroys the Keller and Beck team. $275. That's a slow Anakin. It could happen. It could happen. Bad Batch with a support cron. The thing is, I don't need to... I have 3 GLs and there are 3 teams left. It feels like it's prudent of me to use GLs against everything. Feels like that should be prudent. And a GL just closes off the Omicron. So it feels like I should just take a GL, kill Anakin, and be done, basically. And it feels like I take a GL. Although I could Phoenix this as well. Right? Phoenix with a support cron against this should work. I don't. I've got 3 GLs and 3 teams left, so... It feels like C versus the Qui-Gon Jinn is the sensible thing to do. Right? What is the comp? It's Qui-Gon Jinn with Cam, Kiadimundi. It's got Anakin. It's got Eth Koth, and it's got Mace. Datacron is obviously the Eth Koth-cron. And it's got the stun cron. So... C Solo has got a pretty good win ratio against... I mean, it's a 66% out of 6. Not you. You. What have we got for health steal? Dispelling debuffs. I mean, that feels like a good way to go. %125% defense with 64% health steal. I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. This could be stupid. This could be really dumb. But I'm going to do it anyway. Link you. And I guess I'll link Kiadimundi. Feel like those should be the fastest characters. Of course, he immediately lands the heal immunity. Want to try and get rid of you. Hopefully Anakin doesn't land the heal immunity every single flipping turn. Okay, I don't think he landed it that time, did he? But we got ability blocked instead. Okay, heal up. He's landing that every single turn. That heal immunity, that's really frustrating. Alright, get rid. Good. Should be fine now. Let's link you. And let's link you. Good. That's a lot of damage. We got him. 68. All right. So the back wall, I forget what the back wall team was. Okay, it's Night Sisters. I guess we JML this. And I'm not going to mess around. Not going to mess around. I'm going to use, like, Powerhouse Attack Again Cron. Powerhouse Attack Again Cron. Just go nuts. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do a direct focus for the extra attacks on the shield generator. Shield Jenny. There we are. Wonderful. Oh no! Stuns. Alright. Call him in. Where is Jar Jar? There he is. Let's try and get rid of Jar Jar as soon as possible, ideally. There we go. He's gone. Oh, dear me, the counterattack. The counterattack coming in hot. One tapping. One tapping. Back over. Yeah, he got skeet yeet deleted, that's for sure. Alright. Good. Get rid of those Gungans. Got a little bit of that back wall action from down under. Triple attacker. Levy with the dagger. Alright. We're going to mirror it. We're going to mirror it. Send it. Yeah, not going to mess around now. Obviously, this is still a bit of a weird, sketchy counter. Dagger just messes things up entirely because of its random ability to take extra turns. But hopefully we should be able to get ahead. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, the dagger cleansed the shield disruption. And the heal immunity. But that's okay, because it should give us extra turn meter. Yeah, it's good. You want to start off with the first special instead of calling the reinforcement, because that's going to get rid of their first reinforcement, basically. Extra turn meter again. Oh, they didn't have a debuff. So, no Sith Assassin for you. And then I can reinforce. Yep, we're going to call in the thingamabobby here. Provided we can get that extra turn with you before his next reinforcement, we should be in a pretty good position. So we want to hide everybody else so that when he comes in with a reinforcement of his next fleet, that what he gets is only the option to target this guy. Hopefully, anyway. No. Okay, he's only got two options. Please go over here. Yes! That's exactly what we're looking for. So he doesn't get to kill a unit, and we get to take his capital. There we go. There we go. 50% chance there. Even if he'd have targeted the scimitar, to be honest, I think we still would have came out on top. I love how we're not landing that shock. If we could land the shock, that would be amazing. But we're not landing any debuffs right now. I don't know why. Oh, we got the shock that time. Good. I'll do this just for the extra firepower more than anything. Good. Normally, I wouldn't do this because it's just going to cost me banners. But I'll take it. Get rid of the tie dagger. Thank you kindly. Extra turn meter. Alright. Should be golden. Got him. If I could get another big heal off, that would be nice. I'm not sure if we're going to. I don't think it's off cooldown. Oh, it is. That's huge. I think that recovered us a banner or two. So, not bad. 73. I'll take. Triple attacker. Normally I would profundity, but we're going Chimera. We're going Chimera. Chimera with the Empire. Get all this good business going. R5 only. We should be okay. How this is going to change with the punishing one, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Get that foresight. Oh, it's so annoying when you don't get any additional dodges on that TIE fighter. Stun him. The cleanse is so rude. That cleanse was so rude, man. Alright, let's see how we get on here. I've come back... Oh, double dodge there. I've come back from worse. The TIE Defender is a pretty powerful ship. Come on! Oh, we've got him. We've so got him. Yeah, we got this. See, it's a bit of a scary fleet, but TIE Defender does a real damn good job of carrying. It's those dodges, bro. Those dodges, they come in clutch. Boom. 69. 68. Ooh. Gross. And then we've got the profundity. Ah. Let's take it. Let's take it and see what shakes out. This one can still be really frickin' annoying. If you don't quite get the assists to get rid of Sunfac quickly, it can go on its head real quick. But we had some pretty solid assists, I'll be honest. Pretty solid assists there. Triple assist. Not too shabby. Oh my god, we are flying. I think that's the summon. Yeah, it's over here. I have lost this battle in the past. Absolutely. 100% I have. Yeah, this is totally a losable battle. Don't want to give his capital ship too much speed. Just need that guy to come out of stealth. Yeah, we're good. Full heal. Got him. Flying do be what ships do. That's absolutely right, Malev. That is absolutely right. Alright. So we've got the Night Sisters left. Do we go in with Lord Vader, Bo-Katan, Mandalore, Gas? We've got lots of options available to us. OG Maul. Wow. It's got zombie. What has it got? It's got the zombie cron. I don't know. I feel like we should probably just not mess around. I feel like we should probably not mess around. And just go like full send. You know what I mean? Something like this. Should we go completely overkill, guys? Complete overkill. Lord Vader with Piet and Royal Guard and Thrawn and Maul. Because I can't remember the last time I felt Mother Talzin. Like, no, Mother Talzin with Dakar Zombie and Asajj and Merrin. It's got Asajj's Omicron, yeah. Defense armies only Asajj's. Gas has got great win ratios. Obviously Slacker does, but we don't have him. Lord Vader. Great win ratios, terrible banners. Gas has actually got about the same banners, truth be told. Don't use Imperial Troopers. Okay. I won't. Yeah, we'll just use this. We'll just use this, guys. Send it. Let's get the days going. The days for days. Let's keep the focus on Lord Vader. And increase the cooldowns there. I really shouldn't be focusing on Oldaka for this. It should be quite literally anybody else. Yeah, let's actually fracture zombies so they don't taunt. I should be focusing on the weakest character, which is probably Ventress, right? So that we can trigger the deaths from zombie. But if we can do it whilst Vader's in ultimate, then they won't revive. So that's probably a clever sausage thing to do. There we go. No revives for you. No revives for you. Yep, that's all we needed to do. Oh, my lord. Yep. This is looking like it's curtains. Looking like it's curtains for our wonderful opponents today. They didn't really stand much of a chance. Alright. Quick and dirty Gak, guys. 1788 is a terrible, terrible score. We'll be honest. Terrible score. That layer bled us dry, unfortunately, as usual. So we have to hope that our opponent drops a couple of battles, because if they don't, we're in trouble. Do I need more dad jokes? Always, Faustus. Always, buddy. Bear with me a second. Good times. Good times. So overall, I feel like we could have done better, right? We could have done better. We didn't. We had a couple of counters that weren't so great. We have the advantage here. So it really comes down to how well this guy plays on offense. He obviously doesn't have the great mothers, but he does have he has the capability, basically, of taking out our great mothers team in one tap. He definitely has the capability of doing that. So it comes down to how efficiently he clears. If he drops some battles here and there, it might mean that, you know, we can be better overall in banners. But I'm not going to hold myself to that because he's got quite a lot available to himself on offense. You know, he didn't set that many GLs. Leia, Rey, Jabba, 3. Did he have another one? No, I think that was it. So he's got 5 GLs for offense. That's a lot to work with. You know, he's got Slacker, he's got JMK, he's got C, he's got JML, and he's got... who am I missing? Slacker, C, JML, JMK. And one other guy. Can't remember. So he's got more than enough for offense to deal with what I've got on defense. It just comes down to how well he's modded, how well his datacron game is. Like, genuinely, if it wasn't for that one datacron changes the entire thing. If it wasn't for that, we'd one tap full clear him, no problem. But hey. Sorry, Bazinga, brother. We don't normally attack GAC after GAC because after tribe talks, because I'm usually too tired, but we finished early today. And Wolfie gifting out a sub to Sween. Sorry, dude, I missed that earlier. Thank you so much, brother. Because usually I'm too tired, but we finished early in tribe talks today, so I figured I'd do some gackage. You know what I mean? Do a little bit of that gackage. So it means tomorrow there will be no GAC for us to do. Unless we end up taking someone else's account. Which is unlikely, let's be honest. Let's be honest, it's unlikely. Alright guys, I guess we'll call it there for the evening. Let's see if anybody else is live. I wonder if Calvin's live. Calvin normally goes live at this time, doesn't he? Yeah, he's live. So I'm going to send you guys over to Calvin. It's been real, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you all for tomorrow night's stream. Make sure you be real, be cool, be great, be phoning your mum, because she does miss you. And I'll see you soon. Big love, y'all. Big love, and good night.